I apologize for my delay. Excuse me. Apologies for the delay. I had to fix this cup of liquid. Please, for the long-time viewers, leave a like on your way in. And for those who are new viewers, at the point during the video at which you feel like you like the content, leave a like whenever that is. Old time people, y'all have to like, it's a requirement. New people, y'all just, if you like it at some point, be like, okay, I like this. After you see the content, then that's when you like. But the old people are already going to like it. We already know. All right, Twerk team is here. Hello, Tasha, Bella, Miss B, Grace, and Babs. This is going to be a quick live stream. Quick live stream. Quick snack. Just a quick one. Itty bitty, tiny live stream. It's not going to be long at all. So I'm going to jump straight into it with this. Let's do that. Let's do an intro with a TikTok. Then I'll play my intro and then we can get straight into it. How about that? We don't have to do a memes and intro jokes because this whole thing about to be a joke, I promise. Now, I need to understand why. So I moved. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I moved from on that side of the room to this side of the room. And the reason why is because the internet stuff is over here. So I'm like, yeah, I need to hook up over here. This is where it is. This is where it be. This is where I'm going to be. So I hooked up to the internet directly into my computer with the cable instead of doing Wi-Fi over there. And my internet is slower. Why? That's what I don't understand. Like I'm actually, this is behooving me. This is actually, here y'all, here what we gonna do. Now let's see what's going on here. Xfinity, can you do some for me? Can you load the speed test? Oh, wow. It shot up fast. Now, and this is what I learned also. I went on, let me pause and say, don't get your information from Reddit. Please do reputable research. But anywho, I went on Reddit, and what the people on Reddit were saying is if you have slow internet, but you keep doing the speed test, and the speed test is like, oh, your internet speed is amazing. What happens is these internet companies, Xfinity, AT&T, I feel like AT&T is Xfinity. I might be wrong, but AT&T, Verizon, all these different companies that provide internet they code the speed test websites differently. So when you click on those, you get a surge, and then when you click off, it goes away. So I'm gonna see if that helped. And that if that's true, that's wild. And I hope a class action is out there waiting. I hope so. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to watch this intro quickly. Quick. Wait, do y'all need to know who Just a Girl is? Should I play one of her contents or no? No, let's just get into it.
While we're on the topic, let's talk about Just a Girl. And the fact that a 40-something woman uses the username Just a Girl, it's very odd how you feel like you should be at the forefront to give relationship.
Small intro. Just a Girl, content creator. Many people refer to her as Pick Me. She has popular takes such as German women are better than black women. Black women are loud ghetto. Black women close your legs. She has all of the, like the takes, all of the, I should make a list, and maybe we can do like a bingo, and we can list stuff like buy a dog and die alone, and single women keep women single women are like, we can make a bingo with all of the, I don't know what they call them, catchphrases that they have, talking points or whatever. And we can go and watch different manosphere channels, and we can play bingo, and we can like see, does that sound fun? Does that sound like something we should do? We should look into manosphere bingo. I was thinking take a shot every time they say something, but I feel like we all just gonna be drunk. So instead of that, Manosphere Bingo, where we go and watch a channel and we check off as much as we can on the bingo card and see if we win. That's what I think. Okay, no one in the chat's responding. Never mind, scrap it. Like, it was such a bad idea. I don't even know who recommended it. Let's listen to what she's saying. But yeah, Just a Girl, all of the standard takes, she has all of those.
Advice to single women, pressure and shame women into marriages that they don't potentially want. When you got married to the first person who said that you were half pretty, yeah, she got married at 18, and the guy she got married to already had a kid by then. And the other gag is she's the breadwinner of the relationship. What he does per his Instagram is sit around in a big sweaty room with 20 guys with their beer bellies to talk about women or whatever the fuck on mics all day. That's what her husband does. What she does, she's actually a school counselor. I've actually confirmed it with former students of the high school. She counseled that. That part is real. That's confirmed. But per the girls, they really didn't like her that much. I don't think you should be dogging on single women, the women who you wish you were because you made a bad decision marrying a bum.
Is there a 45-second delay? Welcome, Crystal. Crystal made a live today. Cheers. 3 cheers. Hip hip. The makeup on her. Oh, we're not gonna we not gonna be messy today. We're not gonna do that. I don't know why I put that on screen. I just clicked it and then read it. I had to make it big. That's all. Anywho, okay, so we're good for Manosphere Bingo. The reason we're watching this is because this is what I saw this today, and I was like, yeah, let's talk about it together. In preparation for a different live stream, but also, if the stream is delayed, I know the stream delays, but I thought it was like 2 seconds. I didn't know y'all was 45 and 3 minutes and all that behind. I did not know that. That's something I did not know. StreamYard is wild for that one. They're wild for that one. So let's talk about StreamYard actually. StreamYard pricing has doubled. For some reason, StreamYard emailed me and say, hey, we have great news. Your plan is now you get 4K streaming and you can invite more people onto the panel. And in the small print at the bottom, it was like, yeah, it's going from $6 to like $27 a week. And I was like, oh, okay. Cool. Anyway, so if you guys have recommendations, let me know, because yeah, that's a no from me. Sorry. Yeah.
When your husband looks like a light-skinned Mucinex bug. I'm not lying, y'all. This is him.
Oh no! Why would they put that man up here?
I'm not lying, y'all. This is him. You were because you made a bad decision marrying a bum. When your husband looks like a light-skinned Mucinex bug. I'm not lying.
I'm trying to get a good look at him. I hope that's not messy. Well, that's sad. Imagine him just minding his business and he turned on TikTok one day. and he see all, he don't know his wife been on the internet saying all sorts of disparaging things, and now he find himself up here on, I didn't see this man on like 3 or 4 different TikToks now, but can you imagine this man open up TikTok and he see 3-4 videos in a row? She's married to the ugliest man I've ever seen. This man looks like a cockroach, stuff poking out where it shouldn't be. It, like, imagine being that person and you wake up and see this. That's tough. That is tough. Anyway, let's continue. Y'all, this is him. That's them. This is his podcast. I am not lying. Like, look that shit up.
And allegedly, this man dogs you out. And I'm going to be straight up honest with y'all. Women speak in truths when we talk about anything. Sometimes we speak in projections. So when I see a married woman constantly hounding on single women online when they should be tending to the family that they chose, very much gives me, I want the life that I had before I married this bum. If Just a Girl was really about shit, she would actually be stating the benefits of her marriage. How she's happy as a married woman. What her man does for her, what she does for her man, etc., etc. Especially in this time where women don't want to be married. I don't think anyone would have a problem with your content if you actually picked up what you put down and actually offered solutions, which you don't. It's full of complaining, which I also do know is a red flag for you missing your life before. Oh yeah, before I hop off here, her husband is a Philly Muslim. It was a dead giveaway. I'm not hounding on this man because he's a Muslim. If you are in a Black community or a Muslim, you know that Philly Muslims adopt the most red pill ideology ever. Like, I'm talking about ultra red pill. So I can only imagine what he's putting in her head at this point. Just so she sucks it up and says to the internet, at least I got a man. You're not happy. Shut up.
I hope we can zoom the stream. I hope so. Welcome VTV, Alicia, Production, Khalidra, London, Fudgy, Invincible, Chrissy, KO. I think that's everyone. I think we got them all. Phew. So I saw this and that made me like, okay, let me see. People are apparently saying her husband dogged her out. So I'm trying to see, okay, what does this mean? Is she possibly in an abusive marriage? Is she suffering infidelity? Excuse me, are they suffering infidelity? For some reason, whenever, I don't know why, but whenever a man cheats on his wife, for some reason, they tend to say, we're suffering through infidelity. Remember the man who was like, I cheated on my wife, and every day after I left her a blue heart, then the next day I left 2 blue hearts, then 3 blue hearts the next day, 4 blue hearts, and I kept going and I got all the way to 27 days. Remember that man? The reason he was leaving blue hearts, he said, is because he and his wife, they were going through their struggle, their trial. And I don't know why people describe cheating on their wife as a we struggle, but I'll give it to them. So I'm wondering, have they, my apologies for saying she, I'm wondering if they suffered infidelity in their marriage. That's what I was wondering. So she mentioned a YouTuber by the name of You're Triggered who made an expose supposedly. So we're going to watch part 1 and we're going to watch part 2. We're going to watch them on 1.5 speed. Part 2 I watched, part 1 I watched, part 2 I watched a little bit of it. So that's what I'm interested in watching mostly, but we'll watch them in order. Let's see what she gives us.
Morning, boss level pick me ahead. Nothing scares me more than the way Black women think. The way.
Oh, this woman, by the way, is Just a Girl. So she's the subject of the video, in case you guys were wondering, or if you are like, hey, that face is familiar, then yeah, that's who it is.
That we process things, the way that we handle things, the way that we interpret things really scares me because it just shows me how much work we have to do.
Now, I've talked about this woman on my channel before, and I actually was in the process of making a video exposing the mentality of pick-me's, and that this isn't a new phenomenon that has just come with social media like a lot of people think. Pick-me's have always existed, and they have always been an extreme danger to both women and children. And of course, we know that any race of woman can be a pick-me, but I wanted today to talk specifically about Black women that are pick-me's. And number one is because I'm a Black woman, and of course, my number one focus is what is affecting us and our sisterhood, but also because Black women who are pick-me's are a special type of delusional. Now, this woman blocked me after I did the last video on her, but I ended up running across.
Oh, I invited Jeanine. That's Just a Girl, I think is her brand, but her name is Jeanine. I invited Jeanine on. I'm not sure if you're watching, but I do think that because I have, because, so I'm just going to say Jeanine has like her contact information on her TikTok where she makes the inflammatory videos. And I felt that maybe it would be inappropriate to discuss someone from without first reaching out to ask maybe if they would like to clear up things. So like, why misrepresent someone when they could clear it up themselves? So I did invite her if she would like to give. She's blowing up right now, so I'm like, did you want to maybe talk about some of the stuff you were saying and help me understand your perspective? So I will keep that offer extended because I would hate to misconstrue what someone is saying or put words in her mouth when she could just clear it up herself. So we're not here to disparage is what I'm saying. We're trying to look at and understand what she's saying. And since she hasn't responded yet, then we're just going to do that alone prior to the stream.
Across her content again in my investigation into pick-me's. Why? Well, because her videos are shared a lot by women that are disgusted with her pick-me rhetoric. And after I saw so many stitches with her content and so many Black women disgusted and upset, so, well, you know, I had to hit my burner account up and see what new negative narratives that she is.
Oh, and the reason I did that was because the God Save My Marriage woman, she blocked me, Zay. She blocked me on TikTok. And I didn't even, so people were saying she was blocking people for even mentioning anything like, hey, these people made a video about you, and she would block. Like if you mention anything besides Good luck on your marriage. They said she was blocking, so I was like, I ain't even do nothing, but okay. So this time I just decided to invite the subject of the video instead of doing some in the comments.
Is using about Black women on her channel. And honestly, her videos disgusted me yet again. Just nothing but insincere concern and fake care about the state of the Black woman, saying she cares about Black women while simultaneously preaching that Black women are the worst of the worst and saying that every stereotype is correct about us, but also preaching that she happens to be one of the mythical unicorn.
Now, where's she finding these pictures for this video? Now we need to talk, because I'm about to steal these pictures. I am. I don't know where y'all getting them, but they're mine now. If you think I'm not pausing so I can take a screenshot, then you are mistaken. You are sorely mistaken there. I do agree with what she just said, by the way. It doesn't make sense for you to make a channel saying you care about Black women, and then like the first words out of your mouth on your TikTok is like, Black women, why your legs open, close your legs, and blah, blah, blah. Like, it doesn't make sense for you to say that you're for Black women and you're speaking in such a disrespectful way towards them.
Black women that are so amazing and awesome, and she has this Black man that has decided to overlook her Blackness and choose her. And you know what? I really want Black women to understand something. This type of content is extremely damaging, and it really does cause harm to Black women and Black children. So I do think that we have really got to dig deep and expose her hypocrisy and her grifting nature. So let's get into it.
When did y'all start hating Black men so much? Like, when did that become a thing?
Asking provocative questions with no context in order to set Black women up to be attacked and degraded online is definitely pick-me behavior, and it's disgusting because we know that Black women have never hated Black men.
I'll pause and say I'm glad she's pointing out the no context thing. It's wild to get on the internet, and again, for someone who says she genuinely cares about Black women and girls and wants to see improvement in the community, let's listen to her question again really quick.
So let's get into it.
When did y'all start hating Black men so much? Like, when did that become a thing?
Asking.
That seems very provocative and inflammatory, and it doesn't seem like someone who genuinely cares. And yes, it does lack a lot of context. If you do want to talk about why Black women might have disdain for Black men and vice versa, I wouldn't start the conversation like that. If I cared, I wouldn't.
Provocative questions with no context in order to set Black women up to be attacked and degraded online is definitely pick-me behavior, and it's disgusting because we know that Black women have never hated Black men. Black women, Black mothers, Black wives, Black daughters, Black sisters have sacrificed themselves for the Black man. And a lot of times they have done that with no reciprocation from the Black man. And that has a historical context. This is a fact-based discussion here that we're having. And if we're going to put it on the floor, since we're holding Black women accountable and all, there are many, many Black women that have sacrificed themselves and their female family members and their female children for Black men. And you know what I mean. Taking the side of the man over the woman or the child that is expressing something that is terrible that has happened to them. I know many, many, many Black women who that has happened to. It has happened to me. And just so you know.
Agree with her here. The most recent thing that I can think about is Nicki Minaj, and it was all types of, let me see if I can pay these people to cover up what my brother did to this child. And in fact, let me go ahead and just blame the child and exonerate my brother. I don't care what DNA they found in her undergarments. So obviously that's just an anecdote, and one anecdote doesn't represent an entire community. But I do agree with her that Black women don't hate Black men insofar as you're going to have to define hate for me. And you're going to have to explain to me how, like, you're just going to have to define it for me, because I don't see it like in police report, well, not, or rather a lack of police reports, for example, because Black women tend to be scared that the police might mistreat their Black male partner, or be brutal. Police brutality is a problem, right? And in spite of being abused by their Black male partner, sometimes there's still a reluctance to call the police for a multitude of reasons, but one of them being they don't want their Black male partner to suffer at the hands of police. We could also look at Black women being the most likely demographic of women to date down socioeconomically. And I'm not saying that this means, I'm not saying anything that I'm saying, by the way, means that Black women don't hate Black men. But I'm going to need you to define hate for me, and then we can go from there. And I don't think she defines it. So
she never asked this question in reverse. She never says that Black women are hated by Black men. And I would venture to say, if we're thinking about this logically, that Black women would have a more fact-based reason as to why they could feel hated. The slander, the disloyalty that Black men have shown, that the world weaponizes against us when they say to our faces, well, that's why your men don't like you. That's why they like other races, because you guys aren't anything. It's crazy. And then when you add that to another fact, that Black women are one of the biggest victims of crime in the US, and over 90% of the time that is done at the hands of a Black man, and that Black men are more likely to commit crimes against us and who we are than other races of men are to their women, what does that say to you? She doesn't talk about that. When you ask questions like this, it always allows Black men to live in a state of delusion.
I'm going to pause just to agree again. So this lady is hitting so far. She's bar for bar. She's on it today. But yeah, I agree. Again, I don't know how Just a Girl Jeanine defines hate, but when we look at violence from gendered violence, when we look at SA or R, when we look at people who are cheating, for example, or having concurrent relationships and lying to their partner about it, or infecting their partner with certain incurable things, when we think about this, if we're looking at, these are things that I would think someone hates you if they're doing this to you. If someone is like violating your marital vows, if someone is abusing you, if someone is abusing you sexually, if someone is doing stuff like this, these are the areas where I would say, yeah, this person hates you, but maybe this is not how Jeanine defines hate, which again is going to be my question. But I agree.
And truly believe that Black women are the enemy, and to hyper focus on anything that Black women do and perceive that as a slight. They end up thinking, well, Black women are wrong to protect themselves when they're around, or that we can't say no to them. And I know it hurts. And I know it hurts for any Black men who are listening. But Black men, when they feel upset, statistically, unfortunately, crime and abuse is oftentimes turned around and directed towards the Black woman and towards Black children. And there are many Black women in the ground right now because a Black man felt slighted or felt entitled to a Black woman's time, body, or love. This is dangerous rhetoric. It is so dangerous to ask questions without providing context or a possible reason for whatever you think is happening. Because if you do see more Black women turning away from the Black man, you have to ask why. Why is that? When historically, Black women have been the most loyal out of everyone on the planet. And that really isn't up for debate. Everyone knows that these things have historical context. Maybe I'll insert a clip here, but let's move forward.
This is the part one of a two-part series entitled Black Man, White Woman. Significantly, it was not entitled Black Woman, White Man because in the last 10 years, the statistics indicate that there is a significant increase in relationships between Black men and white women and a significant decrease in relationships between Black women and white men.
Y'all help me make.
Wait, all the way in 1973? I mean, obviously I knew today, and I know it's been that way for a long time, but 1973, that's 50 years, y'all. Wait, what's 27 plus 24? That's 51 years, y'all. 51? 51? Do you know how old 51 is? There was a man on here who was talking about your average on best, and he passed away at 51. I don't think people know how old that is. 51 years? 70s. Anywho, I don't have the data for that. I don't currently, so won't comment. But yeah, when we're thinking about, okay, do Black women hate Black men? When we're thinking about this question, does dating outside of the race indicate that you hate the race, for example? And vice versa, does remaining race loyal with who you choose for your intimate partner make you less hateful? Then again, I would have to give the point here to Black women. If we're trying to say one gender hate another, I would say that Black women don't in this case. But again, you would have to define hate. Let's continue.
A decrease in relationships between Black women and white men.
Y'all help me make this make sense, please. I'm trying to really understand this. My content is not like you guys don't like me, whatever, because I'm talking about closing your legs.
Starting a video with a lie just so that you can justify being a pick-me is nasty work. You know that Black women don't care that you're telling them to quote unquote close their legs. I think in this day and age with these men being for the streets and all, that most Black women and Black girls know that they should be doing this. And for that, they should be applauded. Okay. The problem is making it seem like Black women are the only ones out here doing anything of. an ex nature.
So let me pause here. My mind didn't immediately go to Black women aren't the only race of women to do that. My mind actually went to I don't think women generally, but since we're focused on Black women, I don't think Black women are upset at someone for saying to stop having sex with men. There are entire Bumble ads out here trying to get all races of women to open their it's Bumble billboards out here talk about stop being celibate and get out there and spread your legs and fly. And in a complete and utter misread of the room, Bumble put out some interesting ads that were not well received. So clearly, celibacy doesn't seem to be something that modern women of all races have an issue with. When it comes to recommending women stop sleeping with men, I think the reason that women are upset with your content, Jeanine, is not because you're telling women to stop having sex. It's because you're intentionally being disrespectful and inflammatory with your language. Because I can promise you, I have told people to stop having sex with men before, and it has been well received. And even if it's not me, it's whole conversations out here about whether or not a bear or a man would be better in bed or something. I don't know what the conversation is, but it's a bear and it's the woods and it's a man, and people are not choosing the man. Excuse me, women. Women are not choosing the man. So celibacy doesn't seem to be the issue. I don't like when content creators do this. It feels like gaslighting or a straw man, maybe. I'm not sure what I would call it, but clearly people are upset with something that you're saying specifically, not the sentiment itself. So I'm confused. I'm trying to find my wording here. I'm confused why content creators play pretend, I guess. Like if I came up here and said, I hate all women. I think all women are inferior to men and stupid and dumb. And y'all critique me, rightfully so, and say that that's disgusting or whatever. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh my God, why can't women just take a good faith, genuine critique? I really care about women and I just want to help them. And all they want to do is drag me just because I want to help them. And they don't want to be accountable. Like what I just said doesn't make any sense based on what I just said previously. And I don't understand why content creators do this, because your content is still online. So I can go back and see what you said and how people responded and what they're responding to. And I can disprove what you're saying regarding, oh, women are mad because I'm telling them to do X, Y, and Z. So I don't understand why they do it. And I dislike it.
The problem is making it seem like Black women are the only ones out here doing anything of an ex nature. She's been talking about all of these non-Black women who have been exposed for going to college and clubs and getting buck wild out here. Well, wait a minute. Does anybody say buck wild anymore? You know what? Forget I said that. Let's just talk about why I'm confused as to why she didn't mention Black men or men in general whose body counts are into the hundreds. And they're out here telling everybody that men are biologically hardwired to be thoughts and bops and 304s, okay? And that women should accept cheating because it's just a man being a man.
A lot of y'all women just don't deserve to be somebody's wife.
I want to pause and say the idea that girls gone wild, I don't know if y'all know what that is. Don't ask me about it. I'm not going to tell you, but Google is free. The idea that girls gone wild, whenever you Google any pictures of it, I haven't Googled. I'm just hearing about this third hand. I'm just... excuse me, secondhand. Well, no, third hand. I'm very far away from this. I can't even say I heard it secondhand. But the idea that when these Girls Gone Wild commercials coming on at 3 a.m. in the morning on certain channels, and you see these girls showing off their breasts on the side of a bus, and they just turned 18 and signed these waivers and go and be with Hugh Hefner or whoever, and then lawsuits come out later about anyway, the point is the fact that these people are like 99% white, and you have to really search really hard if you want to find a Black Girls Gone Wild girl. And the idea that this was I don't know how prominent this was actually, but it seemed like this was everywhere. maybe I was just a teenage boys, and that's just something that teenage boys are exposed to a lot. Don't know, but it felt like this was everywhere. But we never get these stereotypes that white women are promiscuous in the way that we get black women stereotypes, which I can't understand. I can't. Like, I'm talking about let a black woman twerk, just twerk. She don't even have to, she just got her doctorates and she's twerking. Let her do that, and I promise Jeanine is going to have something to say. But when it comes to entire droves of white, I'm talking about dozens of white girls just going as soon as they turn 18 to go and do some well, I can't say niggatry if they're white, going to do some getting white girl wasted and all these terms that they use. Don't ask me, because it's on the other side of the line as far as color, so I don't know what goes on in those communities all the time. But that didn't stick to white girls, and that's upsetting. Wig. Okay. Yes, this is the woman dragging single childless women. She says any woman who's single and says she's happy is lying, and women are only happy when they're married. And if you think that you can be happy and single, you're a defective woman. Those are her general line of thinking. She doesn't like single women a lot, based on what I've seen.
I feel so bad for men. I really do. Learning how to just shut up in a marriage and just don't.
And that women should accept cheating because it's just a man being a man.
A lot of y'all women just don't deserve to be somebody's wife. I feel so bad for men. I really do. Learning how to just shut up in a marriage was one of the biggest challenges for me. You tell the difference between a doctor and a prostitute if they're both dressed the exact same way. I believe that black women should be a monolith. And actually, we already are. We just act like we don't know that.
Let's talk about one specific thing she said. I can't tell the difference between a doctor and a prostitute because they're both wearing the same thing. Maybe we should treat everyone with respect. Because, am I tripping? Is this not something we grew up on? You treat the homeless man who walks in the church the same as you would treat the pastor or the deacon. You treat the janitor the same way you treat the CEO. You treat people with respect. Y'all never watch Undercover Boss? Or Undercover CEO, whatever it is. Why do people feel it's okay to disrespect people depending on their position in life? And why does it seem like she thinks that's okay? Because the idea that a doctor and a prostitute you feel like dress similarly would not matter if you treated them both respectfully. And I feel like her point of the video was to say, if you're a doctor, you don't deserve respect if you twerk or something. Yeah, it's a good show. It is. I've only seen clips. Only TikTok clips. That's how I consume all media.
Dressed was somebody's wife. I feel so bad for men. I really do. Learning how to just shut up in a marriage was one of the biggest challenges for me. You tell the difference between a doctor and a prostitute if they're both dressed the exact same way. I believe that black women should be a monolith. And actually, we already are. We just act like we don't know that.
Telling women that she feels so bad for men, but she conveniently never feels bad for women on her channel, even though she says that she has a channel that is directed towards helping women and she loves black women so much. Then telling women that they need to shut up, policing the way women dress, saying that black women are a monolith and we shouldn't fight against that, even though historically we all know the harm that being viewed as a monolith has caused to the black community. And not just black women, but it's caused harm to black men as well. I know her content is very annoying, but honestly, you guys, I really want to keep showing you things because I want you to get a real feel for her content and a real.
This channel name is You're Triggered. You're Triggered, just in case you're watching, it's spelled B-A-R-E. I believe you meant B-A-R-E, not B-E-A-R, as in bear or man in the woods, but B-A-R-E, as in bear with me. Now, what if I spelled it wrong? And I'm trying to teach someone. Let's just continue.
Feel for who she is. There is a method to my madness. But let me show you one of the most common forms of pick-me brainwashing.
Oh, her husband. Don't worry, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into her husband because at first I was like feeling bad that everybody was attacking this man and saying he looked like a thumb and a roach, and people get creative with insults these days. But then I found out he was doing some questionable behavior, so we'll get into it.
That she is attempting to implement on her channel.
Came across this post where this woman said that cheating is no longer a non-negotiable in her marriage, and I understood what she meant. She basically went into saying like how she used to be the woman who was like, I would never deal with anybody who cheat. I'm never like had that as a very much non-negotiable. And she did clarify that she did not necessarily deal with infidelity in her marriage, but she just said that as she started to understand her marriage more, understand that her and her husband are both human beings, she was able to reflect and say like, am I willing to just throw it all away if that was a factor or a challenging season in the marriage? And she said no. And me personally, I can say that I agree with that.
At the end of the
Now let's pause. The reason I want to pause is because did y'all hear how she just spoke? Like, did you hear her tone of voice is different from the other videos? It seemed like she's trying to make an attempt to understand what's being discussed in a more three-dimensional way as opposed to just this blunt, you lady need to close your legs. And I feel sorry for these men if these are the women that they're marrying. And like, listen to how she talks to and about women versus look at how she talks about men violating their marital vows. Those vows where you say till death do us part, those vows where you say forever, loyalty, honesty, trustworthiness, those vows, those ones. Listen to how she talks about men taking those vows, the sanctity of marriage. I'm trying to see from her perspective because the way she describes single women who aren't married makes it seem like she regards marriage in a really, really, really high regards. She holds it in really high regards. So this seems to be, this covenant seems to be something that Jeanine really, really values highly. And the idea that someone takes this really, really valuable thing and they violate it because they lack the discipline needed to stay faithful to their wife. And her response to her discussion about that was, hey guys, there's this lady and she said if her husband cheats, it's not a deal breaker. And, I agree because, marriage is hard and men are human. And sometimes, you have urges and you shouldn't just throw away your whole marriage just because of like, listen to how softly and how much sympathy she talks about men violating their wife versus how she talks about Black women being single. Because if you go and watch her videos and she like, you single women are lying when you say you're happy, you're mentally defective. If you don't desire marriage, it's something wrong with you as a one. Like, listen to her tone here. You don't have to believe me. Let's go back and listen to how she talks to women versus men. Let me see if I can find one.
A lot of y'all women just don't deserve to be somebody's wife. I feel so bad for men. I really do. Learning how to just shut up in a marriage was one of the biggest challenges for me. Can you tell the difference between a doctor and a prostitute if they're both dressed the exact same way? I believe that Black women should be a monolith. And actually, we already are. We just act like we don't know that.
Okay, now let's go and look at how she talks about a man violating his wife.
Forms of pick-me brainwashing that she is attempting to implement on her channel.
Came across this post where this woman said that cheating is no longer a non-negotiable in her marriage. And I understood what she meant. She basically went into saying like how she used to be the woman who was like, I would never deal with anybody who cheat. I'm never like had that as a very much non-negotiable. And she did clarify that she did not necessarily deal with infidelity in her marriage, but she just said that as she started to understand her marriage more, understand that her and her husband are both human beings, she was able to reflect and say like, am I willing to just throw it all away if that was a factor or a challenging season in the marriage? And she said no. And me personally, I can say that I agree with that.
At the end of the day,
now maybe y'all can let me know, because let me pause and back up. I'm not 100% right ever. Like, we're all human and we're all flawed. Maybe I'm imagining things, but it seems like the way that she discusses Black women, generally single Black women, she talks about Black women exclusively, it seems like, unless she's comparing to other races of women who she say other races are better. But it seems like when she talks to Black women about anything, generally, she's doing it with such contempt and so disrespectfully and with such disdain for Black women. It almost feels like snake venom is spitting out of my screen at me when she's talking about Black women. But when she comes over to the woman who's allowing her husband to cheat on her, and she'll stay and apologize to her husband and raise his child from an outside marriage, I'm adding some stuff in there. Listen to how she talks about that woman. Wow, what an amazing, virtuous woman. I think more women should strive to be like this virtuous woman who decided to stay, and just because her husband cheated a little bit. Like, listen to her describe a doctor wearing a revealing outfit and compare her to a prostitute, seemingly to say that doctors who dress like that don't deserve respect. Versus how she talks about a woman who stays and versus how she talks about a man who's actually doing something objectively wrong, cheating on his wife, which is abuse. People don't call it that, but that is abusive. Just because it's not physical doesn't mean it's not abuse. Where is her the problem with you men, and you need to stop cheating on your wife and respect your marriage? Like, where is that side of her when it comes to men violating their marriage? It's just not there. And this is a woman, by the way, who was a counselor at a school and has an organization where she tutors and is in close contact with Black girls, children. And the idea, the values that she might be instilling in these children is a problem for me. When the woman who you're praising and upholding is the one who stayed with her cheating husband, not the woman who decided to get her doctorates in dance to celebrate. Or women who decide to be single as opposed to settling for mediocrity in a relationship or being desperate for a marriage. So I have to wonder what you're instilling in the people who, the girls, the Black girls who are in your organization and who you're counseling, when it seems like you are condoning and even congratulating a woman, commending her for staying with someone who is abusive, in my mind, because cheating is abuse to me.
Pick me's job is to bully or brainwash women into accepting less. Nothing more, nothing less. That's simply their main objective. They crave male validation and male acceptance more than they value their self-respect and their womanhood. They will sell you out. They will lie on you, make you look bad, all to get a pat from some dusty ashy Negro. And honestly, it's really disturbing. Like, this woman is a married woman out here telling everybody that she wouldn't leave her husband if he cheats. How dumb is that? You gave the man a cheat code. You just let him know that he can disrespect you in the worst possible way that you can do to somebody while being married. And you're going to say, oh, okay, baby, you're a human. You make a boo-boo. You make a...
Real quick, this is sort of related. If I ever, for any reason, decide cheating is no longer a deal breaker in a relationship or marriage I'm in, I promise you I'm not going to say that out loud. I promise you. And when I say out loud, I don't mean on the internet. I mean out loud. I'm not about to. Because as soon as I say, you know, babe, I don't think cheating is a big deal. We're all human, and I think you should. First of all, if somebody says that, now I feel like they about to cheat. Because why are you coming to me? Cheating's not really a big deal. People do it all the time. So we're only human. I don't think people should get so upset when it. Like, why? If you coming to me saying that, I'm gonna assume you're cheating. But let's say I come to my partner and say that, and now they talk about, really? Okay. What do you mean, really? Now I feel like you about to. Anyway, agree. I'm not about to sit here and, hey, you can, if you cheat on me, I'ma stay. No. Why, even if that's how you feel, why would you say that out loud?
A mistake. Yeah, I know that you could have given me the 3 H's, HPV, herpes, or HIV, but it's okay, King. When you know that he wouldn't forgive you if you did the same thing. Girl, bye. I literally have no idea why pick-me Black women don't take their L's in private. They want to take as many women down with their stupidity as they can. And I say this all the time. I'm married, and I have been it'll be 15 years this year on my anniversary. And let me tell y'all, infidelity is an absolute deal breaker. It is absolutely non-negotiable. And it always should be, period.
And what's crazy is that these women are always supposedly so godly. Then if that's the case, then why are you not talking about the fact that God said that if he cheats, that's grounds for divorce? I would never. But anyway, let's move forward.
Such a hard life being a pick-me. It really is.
I think it's crazy.
Now I know you wasn't.
But anyway, let's move forward.
Such a hard
I know you wasn't flexing. Never mind. Sorry, I won't talk about the ring.
life being a pick-me. It really is.
I think it's crazy weaponizing your ring and your marriage against the black women.
But you see how close she had to put it to the now. Me personally, I'm gonna be back here. I feel like, and when it's back here, you should still be able to see the ring. It need to be like one of them Super Bowl rings. That thing just big and shiny for no reason. I want it to be 97% rock, 3% silver. I want a rock that goes all the way out where my chin is and my finger. I want it to go up to my bottom lip. I want a comically large, like if I'm about to show something off to somebody, straight for no. Now it don't matter because I think she's the type of person who would say it doesn't matter what type of ring I have. At least I got a man. That's my. I don't know her view. Well, I know her views based on what she said online, but I don't know her personally. But I assume if somebody came after her ring, she would just say, "Well, at least fudgy, but I got a ring."
That you claim to want to help, or that you claim that you have their best interest at heart. It's also crazy to act like that makes you better than them, because it doesn't. And really what's the most insane about this whole thing is how are you going to use your marriage and act like that makes you better when you're married to a man that nobody would want besides you?
I did not know she was gonna put him on screen. Oh my goodness. Now look at her with all this makeup and hairstyle and sleek black dress, and then he's there. Now she looked like she prepared for this shoot. She looked like I'll compliment that. She looks like she prepared for this shoot. I think she had her makeup done, maybe her eyebrows threaded, or I know there's eyebrow liner and stuff. And it looks like she had her hair done in a nice sleek style. Maybe y'all feel like this is Office Siren, or there's a specific look that people call this, I think. I can't remember what. And then he back there. It don't even look like he's trying to be like we could say, okay, maybe he didn't try as far as shaving or haircut, or I mean, it's not fair to ask someone to lose like an unreasonable amount of weight before a photo shoot, I think. So we can just look at hair. Maybe, I don't know if maybe it's the lighting is bad. The lighting can't be bad because look at her. Actually, no, I'm not about to give them that. The lighting ain't bad because look at her. So I'm going to have to assume this is his. I don't know what his choice was with beard and facial hair, but it doesn't look like he tried. Hair, it doesn't look like he tried. But most importantly to me, it doesn't look like he's trying like as an existence. Like she's standing up, back out, chest forward, head straight, standing tall and proud. Like, yes, I am here. I am Queen, hear me roar, right? And then he just, I mean, it's like he's just waiting for this to be over. Like, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Hate it when I have to hug my wife. Are you done with the picture? Good. I'm going back with my homeboy. Like, it just feel like he don't want to be there. He ain't standing up straight, and it doesn't seem like he's proud of his appearance and has any type of investment in his appearance, nor does he into this photo shoot. And maybe I don't know, maybe they just took a picture at home. So I'll stop talking about it. My apologies. I was caught off guard.
Your husband looks like he eats crayons and sucks on a whipped cream.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Now, why did it skip to this screen? I'm sorry.
Married to a man that nobody would want besides you. Your husband looks like he eats crayons and sucks on a whipped cream out of the nozzle to get a buzz. That ain't no flex, sis. Respectfully, I'm not trying to bully anybody, but we have to live in reality here, right?
Let me tell you one of the ways that you know somebody is absolutely obsessed with you. Imagine hating their content, like wanting them to not talk about what they talk about, but still following that person.
Now, did y'all see that? She is mad at somebody, right? For following her while probably challenging the stupid things that she says. But you see what she put as the title? Black women are mean and aggressive. You see what I mean? Black women catching strays left and right on her page. Why bash us all when you are mad at somebody specific? And truth be told, whoever.
So the black wife effect, to my knowledge, it only works on other races of men. To my knowledge, I don't think it works on black men. To my knowledge, I just assumed black people were just already had it. Now I know, as a woman, I know women affect men. Like when they get in relationships, this homeless man turn into a somebody. And maybe that's what you're saying. It didn't happen for him. Y'all are going to know when I'm in a relationship. I'm gonna be up here looking presentable. Hair braided, eyebrows waxed, mustache trimmed, chin hair trying.
You're mad at, they hate your content is 100% on point. The only place they messed up with was following you. But, you know, on the other hand, they might follow you for content and to react to you. It could be that. But nonetheless, it is nasty work to be a black woman making a video like you, and then you are the one that typed it up with the heading saying black women are mean and aggressive. Is the black woman in the room with us? Because doesn't that apply to you too? Wow. And this is why I say that big me's are so disconnected from reality. You can make a blanket term like that, and you really think that when other people see it and share your content, that your black behind is not included in it. Insanity.
I'm so excited. Candace Owens is back. I'm so hyped. That woman is a true definition of you can't bully me. Like, you're not going to bully me into believing what you want me to believe, say what you want me to say.
Now, if you had any doubts about this woman's character up until now, I hope that this clears everything up. This person said that she is excited about a self-hating Uncle Ruckus black woman who has built her platform on the degradation of black people and making white tea people feel comfortable in their racism and biased against black people by telling them that what they think and what they feel about black people is warranted. That's wild. Crazy that she would say that she's.
I'm gonna look up Candace Owens' natural hair. I've never seen her. I've never seen her with natural hair before. Oh my God. No, they are so wrong for this. Now, why would they do this? Now, why would they sit here and make this the picture? Now, she up here looking tired. Now, why is that the first picture? Now, they are petty. This is so petty. Now, why are these the pictures that's coming up when I looked up? When I say natural hair, I don't mean like you straighten your hair. I'm sorry. I know this is off topic, but I was really curious. I was like, I've never seen this woman without a wig. This is the Candace Owens we need. This is the Candace Owens we need. The one who say we need to end the stigma on black hair. Yeah, I actually can't find a single picture of like her hair texture unaltered where it's not either slicked back or straightened or both. So maybe another day. Now look at this AI picture. Now look at what we should have been given. Now AI is getting out of control. AI is getting out of control. Now, why would some people sit up here and do this? Whose interest was it to make these AI pictures? Who did it been? Why is somebody out here? Now, does it look true to? Never mind. Here, we're done. We're done. Let's go back to the video. We got way too distracted. I apologize.
Excited that woman is back. Candace Owens also is a grifter, and she says whatever she thinks will line her pockets, and she has no morals other than the manufactured ones that she thinks will appeal to white tea people. Just disgusting. And then when I saw this,
last night I was called a horse-faced woman by a woman who claims to be a girl's girl and all about the sisterhood. Now take a wild guess of the race of the woman who said that. Just take a wild guess.
Now, she said that she was insulted by a girl's girl and a black woman that says that she's all about the sisterhood. And honestly, I'm confused at her reasoning, because how does insulting you not make her a girl's girl or part of the sisterhood? Because not all skin folk is kinfolk. And not all Black women should be or are in the sisterhood. If you don't really love Black women and you don't have Black women's best interest at heart, or your platform is really red pill content with a female face on it, then why should she give you the respect or look at you like you're a sister when you're not? And let's be clear here. It's not like you can't say things to Black women in order to critique them or help.
Again, an aside, I think Candace Owens, I'm not sure if this is true anymore because the kids these days have the 40-inch bust down or whatever they call it. I have no idea what y'all hairstyles are, but the 40-inch bust down, everybody tells me it's eating. So I hope that's good. But the kids these days have the 40-inch bust down. But back in the day, Black women in middle school, high school were like learning, and the products that exist for hair today didn't exist back then. And straightening hair was much more encouraged. So you would get these weird hairstyles that are very nostalgic to me, where it seems like a Black woman trying to discover herself, and eventually in adulthood, now you find the wigs that fit you, the weave styles that you like, and the natural hairstyles and hair care that is tailored to your body, your face, and your existence that you like. Think about like middle school makeup versus adult makeup, assuming that you do makeup consistently, not like people who start as adults. Don't look that up. Like you grow, and when you're in middle school, you're just like learning, you have no idea, you're trying to make something work. But then you grow and you learn and you get some YouTube tutorials. So sorry. That was an aside. Welcome everyone who's hopping in: Alexa, Stella Star, Indica, Fudgy, Honest Jen, Ivy. I think that's everyone. I feel like Vision Harry just got here. Nicole R. All right, those are all the welcomes. Let's continue. I do agree with her here, by the way. We had this discussion before, and being a girls or deciding, what we decided is that one of the channel goals is going to be protecting Black women. And the critique I received was that are we protecting Black women if we're critiquing Black women who we disagree with? This was about Codology years ago. But obviously today we're critiquing Jeanine, right? And ultimately, I think the consensus is if we feel that someone is disparaging Black women as a whole, then their Black woman status does not protect them. And like this girl is saying, sure, we're girls, but if you're a girl who comes in to insult all of us and to disparage us and to make fun of us and to do all of this stuff, then obviously, no, we're not going to be a girl's girl to you. So I actually agree with her.
Help them do better or help them make better choices. But when all of your content is based on what Black women are doing wrong and how they can best center Black men and how Black women are essentially worthless without a Black man, and they are the worst of the worst, and all the other races of women are doing so much better, and there are no positive things said about Black women, no affirmations, no kind words, no highlighting the many things that Black women do that are right, then there is a problem. There is a disconnect there.
My apologies. Codology is white, and I apologize for racializing her.
So many amazing things about Black women that could be highlighted as well. And to be honest, at least 85% of the content that I saw on this woman's page directed towards Black women, and that's me being generous with the 85%, it should be considered as hate speech. Now, let's be real here. There were Black people that sold other Black people.
This is hate speech. It is not directed. Okay, it is directed at Black women, but I don't think her content is for Black women. I think it's for Black men.
Out during slavery. Should we say if those Black people went crazy on the sellouts that they should be judged for that? Why are you harming your brother? He's harming you. Absolutely not. If she's not acting like a sister, then she's not going to be included in the sisterhood. And I definitely believe in that philosophy because this woman only cares about her husband. All right. This is for her. If you're listening to this video, you only care about your husband, sis. You only care about centering men and brainwashing Black women on how to be the best doormat that they can be. And I didn't even include this particular.
Where is she finding these pictures? Sorry.
Clip because I didn't want to be too messy. And I already know what y'all gonna say. Y'all are gonna say I was already being messy. And you're probably right, but I just didn't put this in here. But this woman made a video saying, wearing my natural hair on vacation for my husband because he asked me to. And then she proceeds to show her hair journey with her hair frizzing up and all of these problems that she's having with her hair while being on vacation. And I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, okay, you're a super doormat because Number one, why wouldn't your husband want you to be comfortable out on vacation? Why would his preference in your hair at that time be something that y'all would want to do while you're on vacation? Why wouldn't your husband encourage you to get some braids or some boho knotless braids or something? That way you could be relaxed and you wouldn't have the stress of styling your natural hair. That was giving to me very much inconsiderate, in that there's definitely some unhealthy things going on in your marriage. But you know what? Hey, I'm not a party to it. I'm just saying that's what it seemed like to me.
Your husband making you go through this struggle on your vacation with your hair is wild. And that if Jeanine doesn't have a problem with that, that's wild too, because we saw her hair just looked in that clip. And while I don't necessarily care how people's hair look, I feel like I'm the last person who cares. I promise I don't. But when it comes to Jeanine, it doesn't seem uncommon for her content to be like, Black women, why y'all wearing so little clothing out? Black women, I bet she has something to say about Black women with some bonnets. I can guarantee she has something to say about that. So it seems unusual for someone with those critiques of Black women in mass to be okay with going out with her hair like that at her husband's request. So maybe there is turmoil in the marriage, but I don't know them. So.
And then this woman said that the woman called her horse-faced. Respectfully, I don't think that she lied. So I'm not sure if she was insulting you or just telling the truth, right? Because didn't you say that you have to tell Black women some things that they're not ready to hear? Didn't you say that you're so scared about the way Black women process things? Well, maybe she wanted you to know the reality and that you look like BoJack Horseman.
Y'all are. Now, I'm not about to sit here and say this woman looks like BoJack Horseman. Now, look at him and look at her. He has the little white and pink thing on his nose. He also has a diamond in the middle of his forehead. We are not about to pretend like these two look even remotely similar. That's not what we're going to do. Well, maybe they were saying that his nose, like the white and pink on his nose, maybe they're saying that her teeth and her bottom lip, because her bottom lip does look pinker than the top lip. So maybe they're saying that it's her bottom lip and teeth, and they're trying to make that comparison. But other than that, no, I don't see it. Now that's wild. I'm not about to sit here and stand idly by while somebody make this comparison. I won't feed into this. I refuse. I refuse to sit here as someone compares this woman to a horse and do nothing. I refuse. I won't. I simply won't. Let's continue. How terrible it is that people would make this comparison.
But I digress. Sorry, respectfully. Pick-me's are a real problem in the Black community, honestly. And this woman here is a pick-me, and she doesn't care about Black women. She cares about Black men, centering them and coddling them, more importantly. And the whole mentality of coddling the Black man really is the reason why it's difficult for Black men now to compete with other races of men financially, with their education, with their treatment of their women, with their fatherhood, the state of their communities, their criminality, and their violence. And their violence that they not only show to us, but they also show towards each other.
Let's pause. This, I think, is Ralph Richard Banks' theory. He details in his book and study about the sort of gender imbalance from Black women and Black men, specifically when it comes to educated, wealthy individuals of status with no criminal history, no felonies, and who are wealthy and educated. And there was such a discrepancy between Black women and Black men pursuing a higher education, that Black men were something like a commodity, and there wasn't really a lot of competition for the Black man in the so-called dating market, right? So this creates a lot of Black women just desperately grasping for this black man unicorn who has a car and a home, stable income, and education. And because they're fighting for them, Ralph theorizes that this changes the behavior on a communal level when there's an imbalance like that. The men were less likely to settle down in a relationship. They were less likely to marry. They were less likely to be faithful to their partners, more likely to cheat, more likely to have concurrent relationships, sometimes without the women having knowledge of the other women, which is a whole problem because children and STDs are a thing that people just don't care about, I guess. But if you have any belief in his theory or you've read his research, I think his research seems well thought out and well done. This was one of his theories, that coddling Black men, so to speak, and Black women just desperately grasping for Black men and lowering their standards and dating down for the sake of remaining race loyal was influencing the behavior. And maybe by Black women opening their options to other men who meet their standards of any race or ethnicity, since you can find Black men overseas, for example, this would create more competition, and Black men, instead of being rewarded with a relationship for the bare minimum, would be either forced to improve or remain single. And it might be remain single because the rise of lonely single men is already something that's been documented and talked about over and over again for like the past 2 years, because the standards are increasing and the men aren't meeting them. So
I can't tell you how many videos I've seen of Black men deleting each other in cold blood. And honestly, her message does not help Black women. But you know what? I know she doesn't care about that. So I will just say this, is that her message also does not help Black men. Black men will stay in the suspended state of being trapped between a boy and a man forever, as long as there are Black women that are pick-me's that insist on coddling Black men. Do you remember that embryo scene?
Is this Baby Boy? Is this the movie everybody's talking about? What type of movies are y'all watching? Now, what is this?
And Baby Boy with Tyrese? Something like that. Now, you know what? I know I went a little hard on this lady, or at least I guess I did. I was trying not to, but maybe I did. But I really did feel like if I do exposés on hypocritical Black men and Black podcasters, Black male podcasters that push forth harmful red pill rhetoric and I hold them accountable, then I should do the same thing for Black women that say the same things. And once again, in really viewing her content and taking the time to do so, it's just impossible for me to give her the grace and look at her like a sister, because she is actually putting us in harm's way. Now, hopefully she snaps out of it when her husband has to go back to the North Pole for the winter and Christmas time. But yeah, she probably won't even then. Ooh, you know what? That was being messy. You know what? I'm taking reflection and accountability right now. No, I'm definitely being messy. So sorry, forgive me, y'all, because I shouldn't have said that. Okay, I shouldn't have said that. I digress. If you watched this whole video and you enjoyed it, please do me a favor and drop a 2 in the comments, because what she said was boo boo. And if you can't donate to my Cash App above to help support the channel, then that's no problem at all. No problem at all. I know it's hard out here. Just do me a free favor, sis. Just slide on over to TikTok. Follow me there. I live stream there quite often. I promise that you'll be entertained. If you could also follow me at YouTube, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my new uploads. And as always, please, I love to hear from y'all. Drop your thoughts, comments, and feelings down below.
Now look at me watching the video, comment. Look at me giving that engagement. I'll leave a like. I think that she thought about the ideas in this video meaningfully, so I'll leave a like. And this channel is You're Triggered. We're about to watch her second video. She has 3. We're only going to watch these 2. If you want the third one, you're gonna have to go and give her her engagement. Y'all gonna have to go give her engagement, because we don't still over here. Now, her part 2 had to do with receipts. And if y'all know anything about me, y'all know I love receipts. Y'all remember Fresh and Fit and when he got that girl pregnant? One thing I love is some receipts. I love that. I do. I really do. I really love receipts. I love reading them. I love it. I love it. I do. I love receipts. So she said this is something she released 3 weeks ago. This is the one I haven't watched. And it's called Jeanine, Just a Girl Exposed Part 2 Receipts Edition. Let me pause and say again, I would have preferred for Jeanine to come on. Yeah. Look at me. I was like, did I get a response to the email? Did I get a response to the email? Nope. So I would have preferred for Jeanine to come on, because I genuinely don't like if I have the opportunity to talk to someone directly and they have the opportunity to give their thoughts and I don't have to consume it through a third party, right? Then obviously I would prefer that, because why misconstrue someone when they can just clear things up themselves? But because she, it didn't seem like she was interested. So instead we're just trying to get what we can. I'm trying to see what these receipts are about. So, the last video I'll rated, I don't know what I'll rate it, but it was petty. It was petty. And that means something coming from me. That means a lot. It means a lot coming from me. That was petty. Come on the panel. We're not going to jump you. You're triggered. It's so beautiful. I mean, I like that video. I don't know what her content is generally, but the TikToker recommended her because they said she went and found some stuff about Just a Girl's husband. So let's see.
Back with another triggering topic. Now, I struggled with whether or not to make this video for many reasons. Number one, I've already made.
Oh, we got to wait for Fudgy to go get sorbet. While we're waiting, be sure to. Oh, I didn't play my intro at the beginning of the live stream.
I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Been swallowed up. Been swallowed up. Been swallowed up. Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Swallowed up. Been swallowed up. Swallowed up. Been swallowed up. Swallowed up. Swallowed up. Swallowed. Been swallowed up. Swallowed. I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Been swallowed up. Been swallowed up. Been swallowed up. Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Swallowed up. Been swallowed up. Swallowed up. Been swallowed up. Swallowed. Swallowed up. Swallowed. Been swallowed up. Swallowed. Swallowed up. Swallowed. Been swallowed up.
Speaking of swallowed up, so why I look on TikTok give me all the news before I can even have time to read articles, like actual news articles. Somehow TikTok get to it first, and Reddit now. Tell me why Diddy is out here arrested now. Let me see if I read this right. Tell me why. I don't know if this is true, but they talk about, let me see. Feds March raid of Sean Diddy Combs' home unearthed 1,000 bottles of lube and baby oil found in federal. Like, I'm talking about, I didn't have time to look at the news story. I didn't have time to listen to all the TikTok. I just turn on TikTok, the first video in my For You. P. Diddy has been arrested, and the feds say they found 1,000 bottles of baby oil. And I turned it off. I was like, okay, I'm about to stream. I ain't got time to read this right now. I don't. This is not on topic. It is not. I also saw those two gentlemen who went on that white man's podcast, and he was like, black women, loud, ghetto, aggressive, and they just laughed. But we don't have time to talk about that right now either. And to be honest, what we need to talk about, are we surprised? That's the question. Are we surprised? That's sad. So I'm aware. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm aware. I'm catching up on my schoolwork, and I'm out here trying to keep my job and not fall behind and pay my bills. But I'm keeping up. I promise. I'm keeping up.
2 videos about this person. Number 2, this person is a black woman, and I try my best to always.
Oh, be sure to leave a like on the video. It helps the algorithm. Thank you.
Respect black women. And number 3, I don't want it to seem like I'm bullying this person, but I've had to come to grips with the fact that this person is purposely misrepresenting black women while keeping herself in a protected high position, while saying it's all black women. It's the collective of black women, except for her. And that I've also had to realize that she is not a sister and she's not a friend to black women. She doesn't view us as sisters, and I have to, unfortunately, look at her the same way. And what's also disturbing to me is the fact that this woman is a counselor, and she has so much hatred and disdain for black women, but yet has the ability to and is in contact with young black girls. That is terrifying to me. She can actually shape the self-image of young black girls. And if she were to put any of the ideas in their heads of what she puts out online about black women, that could give them horribly low self-esteem and lead them to make bad choices. So here we are. But
I have a video coming up about this soon. We're not going to use Just a Girl for this example. We're going to use the God Saved My Marriage lady. The topic triggered me so badly that I pushed it back a lot. The topic triggered me in extreme amounts, and I'm not sure why, but I had to push it back because I was too emotional. But we are going to talk about the effect of this type of content on Black women and girls.
I will say this, y'all. This will probably be the last video that I make on this person, unless they respond or something like that, but this is probably it. So let's get into it. Jeanine, Just a Girl, exposed, part 2. Now, when I was made aware of this video that I'm about to show you guys, that's when my thoughts about this woman being a grifter were solidified. And I'll show you that as we get further on into this video. But please watch this.
Back to an iPhone. You gotta have an Xbox all in my ass trying to get through there.
This is why I don't bother. We're tired of the Pookies and Ray Rays conversation, because no, y'all not. A lot of women love the men that are in prison. A lot of women love the street guys. Y'all love it. So when y'all get into this conversation saying we tired of it, no, y'all not.
Oh, I hate people like this, by the way. Instead of like taking one person and using that to generalize an entire race and gender, you could actually go and do research about what women want and if women like bad boys, or like you can do research to some degree. You can about whether or not girls like bad boys or not. Instead of like, oh, here's one video. See, this proves that all you women are lying. That's wild. Because I don't think she would do that for Black men. I don't.
You're not tired of it. There's women who come out and say we only want those type of men. I love that type of man. Even the quote unquote classiest, well-educated, well-put-together women love the Pookies and the Ray Rays.
Now, when I watched that video, I was very irritated because she stitched the video of, respectfully, a bird brain saying that she can't work in a prison because she would be trying to talk to the inmates. And honestly, what is the percentage of Black women that you think would be interested in talking to men that are in prison for rape, assault, SA, and a whole host of other serious and horrific offenses? And I'm not saying that there aren't some Black women that would do this, but no higher than in any other race, because let's not act like we don't remember Love After Lockup, or how many non-Black women have been out here historically in large numbers sending pen pal letters to serial unalivers like Ted Bundy and all of that. Or how about that one YT lady, corrections officer, that broke out an inmate that she was having an affair with? And that has happened millions and millions of times.
I agree with this specifically for Just a Girl, Jeanine, because she uses one Black woman talking about she gonna date an inmate or something and uses that to generalize Black women, when this girl just brought up Love After Lockup, and I was like, wait, there were no Black people in that show? And why I'm looking this, oh, there's one Black woman and one Black man, and the rest of the people are white, it looks like. But why they don't get that stereotype from Jeanine? They don't get the Love After Lockup stereotype. Wasn't there a, let me see, I think it was a police officer with 5. Okay, never mind. I could have sworn I remember this police officer, like I thought she was intimate with 5 of the inmates, but it was 5 of the police officers. So this wouldn't be an example. My apologies. I remember this story differently. I remember it differently. Do y'all remember this? Anyway, but they don't get the stereotype about being like promiscuous. They don't get the stereotype about liking thugs or something like that, even though we know who's writing Ted Bundy and we know who's writing Jeffrey Dahmer. We know who's writing those people, and it ain't Black women, if we're being honest.
So this whole thing of attributing the worst of the worst of the worst characteristics to only Black women, as if we are just the scum of the earth, is not helping anyone. And then if you notice that, she made sure to mention, okay, the classy and educated Black women as well. Think about why she said that. Because she knows that there are Black women that are educated and have class and respect, but she wanted to degrade them too. She wanted to make sure that she put them in the dirt as well. Now, here's where we get into the exposing, because I was just sitting there thinking like, wow, And there are a lot of videos, okay, that she has said things that are ridiculously disrespectful. And if you don't believe me, I didn't even feel like including a whole host of more videos of hers. You can just go to her TikTok to see that. But I was just sitting there like, wow, she has a lot to say about the choices that Black women make or they have in men. Her husband must not be a pookie, because she talks about how she has a man and she has a husband and she's been picked and she holds that over Black women's heads. So I'm like, this man has got to treat her like a queen, right? Well, I surely hope so. And you know what? She always has so much to say about single mothers and what women do with their bodies. And I'm like, I am certainly, at least I hope, that she's out here living in the way that she preaches, because she would be a hypocrite if she was out here shaming Black women for something that she has done herself. So before we get into the smoke, let me say this quick disclaimer. This video is made up of my opinions and my opinions only. Everything is all alleged and nothing is factual. Anything that I show in this video was already online.
This reminds me of Real Talk with Yanni intro. I just want to tell y'all, everything that we about to say is my opinion. So don't be upset at my comments if you can't handle the heat.
Publicly. So I'm not exposing anything that is private. Everything was already online posted. Once again, it was posted publicly for public consumption. Anyone can go view it just like I did. And also, once again, you can come to your own conclusions just like I did. I don't know any of these people personally. Now let's begin. Now, first, I found this woman's profile on Facebook that she has set to professional mode. So this is her business Facebook. And I noticed that she has a video posted where she talks about the top 3 reasons why Black women have the lowest marriage rates. And this is what she says.
So the ruling is in. Here's the 3 top reasons why Black women have the lowest marital rates. We are uncooperative, we do not listen, and we have the nastiest attitudes.
And I really hope that you know that she does not include.
I want y'all quickly, before we continue, I want you to close your eyes and go back to when she was talking about that man who cheated on his wife, or excuse me, the idea of men cheating on their wives and women just forgiving those men because men are human. And I want you to, again, remember the voice, the soothingness, the calmness, the tranquility in which she spoke about that topic, in which she said, men are human. If they cheat on their wife a little bit, that doesn't mean leave the marriage, because everyone makes mistakes. Remember how she said that, and then remember, now come back here and listen to how she talks about Black women existing, essentially.
And we have rates.
This is what she says.
So the ruling is in. Here's the 3 top reasons why Black women have the lowest marital rates. We are uncooperative, we do not listen, and we have the nastiest attitudes.
And I really hope that you know that she does not include herself in any of the things that she is saying. She means all Black women except for her. But anywho, I look at the comments underneath that video, and what do I see? A comment from a man named Wallace stating that no one loves.
To my knowledge, she used to be a school counselor. I'm not sure if she is anymore. I don't think she is, but I think she used to be for a while. But she still does have Just a Girl, I think, the foundation where she talks to young Black girls and is still essentially counseling Black girls.
Monkeys, etc., etc. You can read the rest. It's disgusting. And this comment really is a huge indicator on what her content encourages. But Jeanine oftentimes tries to play stupid about what her content, what it is doing to Black women. It encourages abuse against Black women. It's just that simple. It dehumanizes us all. And that is the reason why this man would feel comfortable enough to state that underneath her video. And also, he went unchecked. She never responded to him. She never corrected him about the things that he said. She just left it there. And that's absolutely disgusting. But I will say that this type of content, to where you always try to degrade Black women and make them seem as if they're the worst of the worst, this is what comes from that. Everybody hating us. Everybody looking at us like we're animals. But let's keep going. So I find her husband's Facebook page. This is her husband, by the way.
I was trying to go back to the... I apologize. Let's go back quickly. On her page where she talks about Black women being unmarriageable, no one loves monkeys. Come on, I would love to mate with a monkey, but just to brag to my friends, LOL. Monkeys aren't life partners. This is a woman whose advice is reaching the ears of Black girls in real life in her organization that she has centered around counseling Black girls, advising Black girls, teaching Black girls, influencing Black girls. And the people who gravitate to her page are people who deem Black women and girls as animals, dehumanize them, and reduce them to something to mate with, like an object, not as a life partner. I don't find this funny. As much as we like to laugh online at the women saying, God saved my marriage after I got cheated on 15 times and he hit me a little bit, but I'm going to defend my man in the comments when y'all come after me. As much as we like to laugh at this has a real world impact. I go in these people's comments and you would be surprised at the number of Black women and girls I see saying, I'm going through the same thing in my marriage and you helping me stay faithful, all the while they're describing being cheated on or abused. And I don't find that funny. And I think we should take these people a little more seriously. And I feel like we should I don't know why, because Cynthia G, for example, I know had a difficult time from YouTube. I can think about some other Black woman creators in particular who have a hard time. But when it comes to someone like Kevin Samuels, Fresh and Fit, this woman, Pearly Things, people who openly like say that women are lying about being ard all the time and they just make it up 90% of the time, and women are evil and women are like, people who can so openly say such harmful things are able to grow and gain millions of subscribers and reach such a wide radius. And I think we should be more militant about doing something about these channels, because I don't think this is okay to be allowed online. I don't. If hate speech is something, this is hate speech. I don't know what else to call it. Hate speech, bullying. I don't know if I would say racism, anti-Blackness, something, since people don't think Black people can be racist against Black people. I suppose anti-Blackness, right? So that has no place on my internet, in my opinion. The internet is not my internet. I don't own it. Unfortunately, Beyonce has those rights, to my knowledge. So I think we should all do our part in preventing content like this from spreading. If you see it, I would block. I would report if she's saying something that you think is bullying or harassment or disparaging towards an entire race and or gender or both of people, because that's no. More than just being against like TikTok policy or YouTube policy, that's just disgusting and immoral. So let's continue.
Let's keep going. So I find her husband's Facebook page. This is her husband, by the way.
Now, I don't know why she would put this right after. And I was so upset. I forgot this was after. I'm sorry. I don't know why this picture cheered me up. I don't. Like, like every ounce of heat that was just in me just dissipated. I don't know why. It's something about when
But let's keep going. So I find her husband's Facebook page. This is her husband, by the way. And I know that his Facebook is active because his most recent posting is August 2nd. Now, the first thing that piqued my interest when I was looking on his page was his post where he says that they've been together for 15 years. He has a nice post right there. Y'all see it. I'm like, oh, okay. He's uplifting his beautiful Black queen. So nice. But then I see another post where he mentions that they've been married for 6 years. Then I noticed that this picture of the both.
Oh, I paused at the wrong frame. But thank you for blocking out the children. I appreciate that. I appreciate people who put the effort in to protect children's identity.
See another post where there, y'all see it. I'm like, oh, okay. Post where he says that they've been together.
So they've been together for 15 years. Let me write this down. Let me make sure I'm taking notes. Because I thought she said she married when she was 18, but I think she's in her 40s. So something's not adding up. Let's continue.
For 15 years. He has a nice post right there. Y'all see it. I'm like, oh, okay. He's uplifting his beautiful Black queen. So nice. But then I see another post where he mentions that they've been married for 6 years. Then I noticed that this picture.
Okay, together for 15 years, married for 6. Are y'all out here dating for 9 years? Are y'all out here dating a man for 9 years? Nine years, London Link. 9 years. 9 years. I got to keep saying it because it's a lot. 9 years. 9 years. 9 years. Didn't I just say 9 years? Don't it feel like I just said 9 years 15 times? I'm only on number 5. We're not even at number 6, 7, 8, or 9 yet. Because I want y'all to understand how much 9 is. I'm about to say 9 years 9 times in a row. And you tell me if this 9 seconds is long, let alone 9 years. Let's go. 9 years. 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 That was 9 times. Now I want y'all to tell me if them 9 times I just did felt long. Now imagine 9 years. That's wild. That's wild for someone on here talk about if you're single and you're not married by this age, you are you're a miserable woman. Single women are miserable. Dating for 9 years. Be sure to leave a like on the video. It helps the algorithm. It helps the algorithm, y'all. That's a 9. This is, y'all know the average marriage lasts 7 years. Now your dating, if your dating is longer than your marriage, sorry. I apologize. But yeah, leave a like on the video. It helps out. Leave 9 likes, log into 9 profiles and leave 9 likes on each profile. 1 on each profile. 9 years. Whew. All right. I got it out my system. Let's do it. Blame London Link for typing that.
Of the both of them and their children, and I did block out the children's faces for privacy and respect.
Now, why is his picture always... Now, here's what I'm going to give her. I do think she looks very nice in these pictures. I do think this don't even look like they dressed up for like an event or something. And it looks like her clothing are pretty casual. But even with the casual clothing she's wearing, it looks like she's trying and putting in effort. And I do appreciate effort. I appreciate people putting in effort. And I think she looks very nice here. And then I don't know what it is exactly. I can't. Let's fix it. What can we do? What do you guys think we can do? Do you think a bigger shirt maybe? Because what I learned is when you get bigger, you have to let go. This is what I learned because I kept wearing these tight shirts and stuff poking out, and you just have to go up. You just need to go up a size. And I promise the next size up, it will fit you very well. It will. Don't say, oh, I don't want to go up a size. I'm going to lose the weight. And then all my clothes don't be that person who buys all these smalls and you like, this going to motivate me to lose the weight. They're going to be sitting in your closet for 9 years. You're going to sit in your closet. 9 years in your closet, them clothes going to be sitting. You're going to be sitting here wearing all this tight stuff around town. And by the time you 7 years into wearing that stuff, you didn't forgot that the whole point you bought it for was to lose weight. So I think maybe if we sized his shirt up, iron would help. I didn't used to think so. I used to think, why? It's a waste of time. Who cares? But it does help your presentation. It really does. It really does. So I'm going to say size up shirt, maybe a haircut. Maybe he should shave the sides like how I do. And he can keep the top, just do a fade or something. His eyebrows are pretty thin, but I don't think men use eyebrow pencil. So we're just going to, it might be that his eyebrows they look light or really thin. So sometimes it just looks like all forehead. And like, have you ever seen, there used to be this blonde girl I went to school with, and she had like a weird blonde color, and her eyebrows were the same color. And basically, it looked like she didn't have eyebrows because they were blonde and they blended in with her skin. And it's such a weird look. Like, it's like an uncanny valley, right? So I think if we maybe do something with the eyebrows, he's going to have to maintain his facial hair and beard better, and he's going to have to get a nice haircut and size up shirt. And I think maybe that'll do something. I'm not an expert. I'm just a concerned citizen, just like you. I'm a concerned citizen, just like you. I hate it when people are mismatched. Why y'all not the same? And you know what I mean, so don't ask. Anyway, let's continue. No, she's not albino. She's blonde. She's blonde. She don't have like, I've seen an albino person. Well, a black albino, which is interesting because she looked weird, but then she told me she was albino, and then she looked normal because I was like, wait, you literally look like a black person, but you just have white skin. Like she doesn't look like a white person. She looks like a black person, but with white skin. I don't know how to describe it any better than that. But the other person I was talking about is not albino. She just has light blonde, and her blonde eyebrows blend in with her face and are barely visible. Let's continue.
Then I noticed that this picture of the both of them and their children, and I did block out the children's faces for privacy and respect, but I'll just let you guys know the son looks much older than 6. So I'm wondering, is that a child that may have possibly been conceived out of wedlock? Because I know that that better not be the case, since she is on these internet streets bashing black.
All right, let me catch y'all right in the dates that y'all met. Okay.
Black women that do that all the time. But hey, we don't know for sure, right? So as I keep on looking, I see her husband, who she says that he's not a pookie, right?
He gotta have one good picture. I didn't say this out loud, but I was thinking maybe if he lost a tad bit of weight, right? I think people can look good at all weights, actually. And I don't mean that unironically, and I'm not saying that as like a body positivity thing. I'm saying that genuinely, but I don't think he looks good at the weight he was in that last picture. So I was like, maybe if he lost weight, it would be better. But in this picture, it looks like he's thinner, and it doesn't look... Now I'm thinking like, there's a certain type of thin that makes me think drug addict. I'm not saying that this man is addicted to drugs. Obviously, I don't know him. I'm just giving y'all an aesthetic that I see from some people on Skid Row from time to time. And there's a certain type of skinniness where it's like, this person does something in their spare time, some activities in their spare time with some certain substances. And I'm gonna just say, I don't think losing the weight like I thought previously, I don't think it helps. So even in bad lighting, she looking like, look at them together. I'm sorry, we've spent more times looking at these 3 pictures than we spent on the whole live stream. I apologize. Let me let it play.
For sure, right? So as I keep on looking, I see her husband, who she says that he's not a pookie, right? And she's constantly bragging on him and holding him over black women's heads. Now, he posted on January 10th, 2020, which is clearly in the time parameters of them being married, not together, but married. He says, how do a woman? And I'm sure he meant no, but he doesn't seem that educated by his post, okay? And I'm not even going to show you the ones that don't apply to this video, but he's not educated, respectfully. But he's meaning, how do a woman know if her ex is bomb? Help me out. And in the comments, a woman tagged him and laughed. And he says, no, I'm trying to see something real quick. What are you trying to see? Now, to me, I think that everybody...
She about to give her opinion, but I'm about to give mine first. If your husband is out here on Facebook talking about who got the bomb P in this city, and it's girls in his chat talking about me, and he like, I'm trying to see something real quick. You know, she don't care if he cheats. She done already said she agreed with the lady who said infidelity is not a deal breaker. So I don't even think she would care. I think we can point it out all day, what seems suspicious, what seems like cheating behavior, what seems like violating your marital vows. I think we could point it out all day. I don't think she'll care. I don't. What do you mean you trying to see something real quick when a random woman is in your chat responding to you asking how do a woman know if her sex is bomb? What do you mean you need to see something real quick? You need to see directions to your wife? I can show them to you. Close your eyes. First close your eyes and then pray and ask for forgiveness. Then open your eyes and your wife will be there. Or not. I don't know. Let's continue.
Everybody that has a Facebook knows what dog whistles are, especially on Facebook. You ask a question like that for bait to see what women will come to your post. But it doesn't really seem like good behavior for a married man to be engaging in, now does it? Is somebody's husband supposed to be asking about other women's ex on Facebook? And you know what? I'm shocked because this shouldn't be happening to a woman that is so submissive and sweet like Jeanine. But you know what? Let's continue. Now, I see another post with bad grammar still from her husband from June 9th, 2019, also in the parameters of them being married. He says, men need help too. Just a thought. Good morning. Now, I'm absolutely flabbergasted because doesn't Jeanine talk about how she can coach you for $75 on how to be the best version of yourself?
Maybe if I buy her coaching thing, I can just ask her directly, hey, would you be interested in an interview? I don't actually need coaching. I just would prefer to speak face to face. Do y'all think she would accept? I did that for God Save My Marriage, but when she found my TikTok, I think she blocked me both off of her website and off of TikTok and canceled my appointment. Why she canceled my appointment? I was trying to get some coaching so I could see how to please my man or whatever she talked about. Now, what are her coaching classes about? If you let him cheat a little bit, how to please your man. Let him cheat a little and tell him he can. That'll be $75. Let me catch y'all out here robbing people. Okay, you're taking the necessary step to become the best version of yourself, and Just a Girl is here to support you on your journey. Coaching calls are 1 hour long at the rate of $75. Personalized coaching packages are available upon request at an additional rate. Wait, so $75 is just some stuff that you tell every woman who signs up for the coaching class, and you have to pay more if you want like an actual something tailored to you. So I'm gonna pay $75 and you're gonna say, believe in yourself and you can achieve your dreams. Thank you for coming. And I have to pay more for you to say like stuff that actually applies to me personally. Okay. Payments are made via PayPal and will be required before sessions occur. Understood. All right. Maybe I'll schedule something.
And how is she going to help anybody when her husband is out here asking for help on Facebook? That's wild to me. Then I see another post from May 4th, 2019, also in the parameters of them being married, where he says a back rub and a twirly a day keep the evil thoughts away. Hashtag protect his thoughts. Another actual innuendo on Facebook. And what evil thoughts? And why aren't you talking about those thoughts with your wife and not online? Seems.
I think the evil thoughts, I hope it's not this. I hope he's not saying that if when his wife doesn't do these things for him physically, he thinks about taking it forcefully. I hope that's not what the evil thoughts are and that I'm misinterpreting it. Or maybe cheating. Maybe that's it. I do hear men say that. Yeah, that makes more sense. I think men say, oh, if you don't do it, someone else will, and you shouldn't be mad if you blah, 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 withhold sex, then don't be mad if you go out and violate your entire marriage. I mean, find someone who will. So maybe that's what he meant. Let me catch you out here. Oh, you don't want to have sex tonight? I guess I'll cheat. All right. That's what happens when you don't back rub your husband. It's not, when people describe behavior that they think justifies cheating, I feel like they're setting up for them to do something. Like now he gonna go out and cheat and be like, well, didn't I tell you the other day a back rub and a twirly a day and you didn't do any of those things? So can you really be mad at me? I told you these things are needed to keep a like. I feel like he's just trying to set himself up so he can cheat and have an excuse. Maybe I'm just paranoid.
It's like there's some toxicity there, don't you think? Then I see a post from January 19th, 2019, which is still in the parameters of them being married, where he says, can't remember the last time I woke up feeling good.
Jeanine, if you're watching this, I don't think you should be giving advice. I don't. Like, for a lot of reasons that I mentioned earlier, but also if you're showing off your marriage and your ring and you think that this is something women should aspire for, I mean, you gotta resolve this. I mean, hopefully that was, 5 years ago while y'all were married. I think you're still married now, hopefully. But I think this is something that you gotta resolve before you come out and show the ring off and be like, y'all just mad because I got a man. Like, your man ain't even like.
Why not? Isn't Jeanine doing her wifely duties and being so submissive and sweet like she tells her followers that she's doing often? I'm speechless. Why aren't you happy? When you have the pick-me princess on your team, it's almost as if being a pick-me is not a recipe for success in a relationship. Now here's a video of her husband partaking in the devil's lettuce on Facebook.
Food, everything, waters, everything. DJs,
Why does this man not have a single angle? Like, I've never, like, my friends said my YouTube angles are atrocious. My TikTok angles are atrocious. And if she hadn't seen me in real life, she said she wouldn't associate with me because she got a threshold for. Anyway, not the point. I understand some angles can be bad and some angles can be good. I know about the camera up here. We invented that. The iPhone came out when I was a kid. Who you think invented selfies? Anywho, so I know about angles, right? But like, I feel like I've seen him from so many. I've seen him in video. I've seen him from the left, from the right, from the front. Like, there's a visible plaque on his teeth. Now, we ain't about to zoom in on this. Now, you're petty. Oh, it won't let me zoom in. Okay, I guess we're not about to zoom in on it. Never mind. Well, y'all can look by yourself. I'm not going to indulge this. I'm not going to sit here and pause this and let y'all look at this man's teeth. That is so petty. And y'all want me, and I won't. I simply won't. I refuse. I mustn't. I won't do it. I won't stoop to that level. And I think it's bad that some people would. And I distance myself from those people because we like to have decorum over here. So I won't. Shame on you. Shame on you if you thought that we should do something like that. Shame.
And I'm just saying, no, it's not abundance. Because what you mean is in abundance?
Now, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, that whole interchange was looking very Pookie-ish, might I add. So it seems like a lot of what Jeanine is doing is projection. She may be the true Pookie lover here. Now, I see this video from October.
Oh, wait, that's actually a good point. I don't say this about everyone, but I do think some people who come online and they listen to what she was saying. You women are lying. Y'all do want Pookies and Ray Rays, and y'all are so lonely when you're single. And y'all are like, maybe that's why she stayed in a relationship with a man who wouldn't marry her for 9 years, because singleness to her, she feels like is soul crushing. Like maybe she has a lack of self-esteem or insecurity or something like that. And so maybe when she's on here and saying you women are lying when you say you're single and happy, maybe she's coming from a place where she has an inability to be happy while single to the point of settling for this. Well, I don't set her relationship standards, so I can't say what she settles for, what she finds good, bad, highly regards, or not so much. I can't. And the only person who it matters what he looks like and acts like and is to her, in my opinion. If they're in the relationship and they're married, who cares what the world thinks? But I think maybe Jeanine is projecting, and the reason why she say what she say is because that's how she feels. So when she out here saying everybody want a Pookie, in a ray and she don't believe these girls and they lying if they say they don't, then maybe she's speaking from a place of experience.
October 5th, 2016, which is not in the parameters of them being married. However, it is in the parameters of how long they've been together, according to her husband's post. Check this out.
Knock this off, finish this off, and we're going to go ahead and...
Every single... I'm sorry, never mind. Let's just continue.
Hit the strip. You know what I mean? You hear that shit? You know who it is. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's not him. Oh, I apologize, sir. I thought that was him who was being recorded. I'm sorry. My apologies, sir. Look at this handsome young man behind the camera.
Y'all here gonna start this night off right tonight. You feel me?
Tricking, why not? Tricking, why not? I trick cuz.
Tricking, why not?
Why not do it?
All right, ladies, he got friends. And he don't care about his wife. So really, you and somebody else, y'all can double date. I'm just saying, if y'all are single in the chat and you got a friend who's single, then these two young men here they out here.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take your bitch, take her out to eat. I'm gonna take her back to the spot and I'm gonna bust it. So you should do me a favor. Nigga, you should call and say thank you, EJ. I'm doing you a favor. I'm giving your bitch back. I don't even want the bitch. I'm giving your bitch back after I do what I did.
You know what I mean?
Tricking, why not? You know what I'm saying?
Why not? Volume 1.
Tricking, why not?
I want you guys to remember I have this on 1.5 speed, so they're probably talking very slow. Let's go back and listen to a little bit at regular speed.
EJ, I'm doing you a favor. I'm giving your bitch back. I don't even want the bitch. I'm giving your bitch back after I do what I did.
You know what I mean?
Tricking, why not? You know what I'm
Tricking,
saying?
why not? Volume 1.
Tricking, why not?
Steve, tricking, why not?
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, they're all built. Sorry, never mind.
This nigga stupid as shit. You gotta do what you gotta do. He tricking why?
Watching all of this lets me know why she really made this video.
Like, Tia Mori, leaving your husband was the dumbest thing you could have ever done. A lot of women are way too comfortable with breaking up their families all because they're not happy. So what did that even mean? What does you're not happy really mean?
It's clear from that video that
Ew. So it could be. So my apologies. Earlier, I said if I said her man was cheating on her and doing all this and that out there, she probably wouldn't care. Let me retract that. She probably would care, but she would stay because marriage to her is not about happiness. It's just about being married. It doesn't matter if she's miserable. So
that she's not happy and she doesn't want you to be either. She feels unworthy and she seeks to make the women that look like her feel just as low as she does, which is exactly the reason why she makes such low vibrational content that is meant to degrade a group that she is a part of. And no matter how hard she wants to separate herself from Black women, she is one, but she does want to be the unicorn, the top dog. And all of this hate that she directs towards Black women, what she does is encourage other people to spew that same hatred against Black women. And I don't understand how she is not aware that that hatred will inevitably come right back her way. Now, in my opinion, she's married to an uneducated pookie that can't even use proper grammar or type cohesive sentences or speak correctly. He looks like he bites on bricks, respectfully. He looks like he's the melanated cousin from those people on Wrong Turn. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that horror movie, Wrong Turn. Let me not go too far. Not to mention his actually inappropriate post on Facebook while being a married man. And it seems like she has more than likely had a child out of wedlock. And I wouldn't judge a woman for that. I wouldn't. But I would judge a woman who has built her platform on shaming and looking down on women that have done the same thing. And my purpose in this video is not to bully Jeanine. It really isn't. It's just to show people. And it's just to tell you that when someone builds a...
Your purpose might not have been to bully Jeanine, but that husband is catching strays. Catching strays. Ooh. Now, we don't support stuff like that over here. We have decorum. I'm not about to sit here. What did she say? Let me see.
It really isn't. Women that have done would judge a woman who has a child out of wedlock while being a male too far because from the uneducated inevitably come right back her way. Now, in my opinion, she's married to an uneducated pookie that can't even use proper grammar or type cohesive sentences or speak correctly. He looks like he bites on bricks, respectfully. He looks like he's the melanated cousin from those people on Wrong.
Bites on bricks respectfully is wild. Adding respectfully, never mind. Let's just make it through it. We're almost to the end.
Wrong Turn. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that horror movie, Wrong Turn. Let me not go too far. Not to mention his actually inappropriate posts on Facebook while being a married man. And it seems like she has more than likely had a child out of wedlock. And I wouldn't judge a woman for that. I wouldn't. But I would judge a woman who has built her platform on shaming and looking down on women that have done the same thing. And my purpose in this video is not to bully Jeanine. It really isn't. It's just to show people, and it's just to tell you that when someone builds a platform off of degrading people that look like them, there is something wrong with their household. It is something wrong with them internally, because why would they feel drawn to make content like that? And to say that you're a counselor and you're trying to help Black women and Black girls when you knowingly set them up to be degraded every single day online, it's absolutely psychotic. It's absolutely diabolical to pretend that you have a message when the only thing that you encourage is for Black women to be doormats and pick-me's like you, and still, while being a pick-me, still have your man out here low-key, lightweight, begging for strange cat on the internet is nasty work. Anytime a woman is encouraging hate, I'm telling you, I don't care how motivational she packages that hatred, there is something wrong with that person. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with constructive criticism. There's nothing wrong with it. But titling videos called Black women are bullies, Black women choose the worst men, etc., that's not helping anybody. That's not encouraging anyone to do better. When you're a pick-me, and you know what? I really don't even like to use that word anymore because it's overused, and now people just use it to label anybody. But really, Jeanine, though, she is a pick-me in the true sense of the word, the way the word was intended to be used. And I just wanted to show y'all these things because
I normally wouldn't call someone that, but she calls herself that proudly, and even made a series about being a pick-me and a proud pick-me. So she's unbothered by it.
You guys really need to know that being a pick-me is never good. And it will never get you anything worthwhile except looking exhausted with deep bags and having depressed and dead eyes, like she has every time she presses record on that camera of hers. Keep your head held high, ladies. Keep your head held high. And before anyone says, oh, I'm trying to have Black women live in a state of delusion and make Black women feel like they're perfect, I'm not. We are not perfect, but neither is anyone else. And that's my whole problem with this type of rage bait pick me content, because the world is centered as perfect, while Black women, though, are regarded as the worst scum to ever exist. And we're out here doing things and behaving in ways that no one else would ever think of doing. And that is a lie, okay? Black women are powerful and loving and intelligent and resilient and smart. And I will always center the majority of my content on what we are doing right, or at the very least, how to avoid what's wrong for us so that we can continue on living and thriving. So, hopefully you guys understand my message, but I did want to say this. This is the last time that I will be talking about this woman. She is very, very, very annoying to me. And I understand that y'all wanted me to speak on her again, but I feel like she's beyond saving. I cannot talk about her no more. I just can't do it. So please don't tag me in her videos. Please do not email them to me or mention her to me again, because after this, it would just be overkill, like for real. And I just can't do it anymore, because I think then that will cross the fine line to something else other than education. And that's not my character. So I'm done with it. But I digress, y'all. If you watch this whole video, please do me a favor and drop a 0 in the comments. And you already know why, because her content brings no value. 0, nothing. Okay.
Let's see who dropped 0 zeros. Oh, there's a Sinji watcher. Passport bros and blonde man weaves. Oh, right. She's on TikTok and she's blocked. It's so many people in the comments saying she blocked me on TikTok. So she out here blocking hundreds of people on TikTok. You can't block the whole world, Jeanine. You have to come to terms with your opinions. And maybe this is what she's talking, Jeanine. So maybe it's not my place as a Black man, but that thing that you say about Black women not taking accountability, right? When you see all the comments giving you critiques, some of them fair, I'm sure some of them are vulgar and some of them are rude and mean, but I doubt that every single comment on your channel critiquing your content is malicious. When you just say, bye, I don't want to see it, block, for the constructive comments in particular, this feels like you're avoiding accountability for your opinion. And you can't handle that your opinion is, number one, not well received, but number two, flat out false. I have not heard a single statistic out here talking about This statistic says that Black women reported they were likely to date inmates who had history of R and murder. And like, I haven't seen a single research presented in any of her things. All she do is get online, turn the camera on and say, Black women, why don't y'all keep y'all legs closed? And why are y'all so ghetto and loud and ratchet and rude all the time, and bonnets outside in public? And why are y'all always leaving your marriage just because you're unhappy? And she just go out and say a bunch of stuff. She don't cite nothing, and then she turned the camera off and then delete the comments that critique her. That's a wild existence, but it's the one she's living. I mean, when you're, never mind, I won't talk about her husband. I was going to say maybe like when you're living with someone and maybe some people want to like escape. And so they use the internet as something to do that with. Like when I'm online, I can be something else other than this person's wife. And like, I don't know. Maybe it's like a need to escape the reality. Yeah, she's blocking people. So it was people in the comments talking about or making stitches, and they were like, I just commented on her video that someone made a critique of her and asked if she was going to respond to it, and she blocked me. So it's people out here who they ain't even they not even critiquing. They just saying there's a critique out there. They're not mentioning the actual critique itself. They're not giving her one. They're not saying anything, but there's a critique of you out there. Have you seen it? And she just blocking it. Just blocking it. So I stopped commenting. Bonnets outside is acceptable. I don't know why she mentioned that. Welcome, Key. I think the channel likes you now. Okay, let's see what these comments are talking about. She was on TikTok the other day talking about how girls won't get SA'd if they don't dress promiscuous. All right. Yeah, we already knew. We already knew what type of time she was on. I do appreciate this content creator. You're triggered. I think there were topics in the video that were upsetting to me. And I'm impressed by her ability to cheer me up immediately. She cheered me up immediately. So I'll drop her channel in the comments quickly. I think someone asked earlier. So there, I'll pin it for you guys in case you wanted to go look after the stream. And or leave a like. Okay. Where's my comment? I don't know if y'all can see my screen, but there we go. My comment didn't pop up for a second. Okay, cool. Pinned. What did we learn today? Her name is Jeanine. She's a psychotherapist. Well, I need to see some. Look, this Dr. Bryant thing got me skeptical about people's credentials, particularly when so I want you guys to think about what we just watched. Does she sound like someone with a doctorate in psychotherapy? Excuse me, not in psychotherapy. Let me see. Like, does she sound like someone with a background in psychology? Not even a doctorate, it's just major in psychology. Master's. Associate's level credits. Something. Does this sound like a psychologist? Any type of psychology background? All right, psychotherapist, mental health professional who diagnoses behaviors and disorders. Psychotherapists encourage their clients to talk about their emotions to help them understand and identify why they feel or behave a certain way. Through methods like talk therapy, they help patients make help. I ain't even got to look up the rest of the requirements to see. She ain't. No. I'm trying to see what are the actual requirements. Like, what is Bachelor's degree, abnormal psychology. Abnormal psychology is hard. I flunked. Child psychology, general psychology, statistics. Earn an advanced degree, so you have to get your master's in a psychology program. Some people choose doctorates that take 2 to 5 years to complete. Gain experience in the field, earn your license, continuing education. This seems like a lot. I don't know that she has those credentials. But I don't know her. Here, let me read the rest of the comment. I didn't even finish reading it. She's a psychotherapist and oh shoot, that's her whole details. Well, y'all can go and look for that by yourself. These people found her entire details, her entire life details. Whoa. I'll make it tiny so you guys can't see while I read the juicy details. The juicy details. She has admitted a few months ago, back when she first started live streaming, her husband cheated on her with a white woman. Ooh, and she will never leave him. Well, she has publicly said that when the German woman came out of nowhere for no reason and said black women are bad and just started saying a bunch of stuff for unprovoked, don't know why. Jeanine came out and said that German woman just ate us up. She's right. Let me see. Y'all don't have to believe me. 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 I can show you. Never mind. I feel like I'm too lazy. Yeah. Maybe she deleted it. Oh. Jeanine, put it back up. Put it back up so we have something to talk about. You got to give us something to talk about. I'm looking for it. I really am, guys. I'm trying. Oh, I found her channel.
Black women wake up because she checked us. She clocked it.
She clocked it.
Here, if
now, who is this in your intro, Jeanine? Who is? All right.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Just a Girl Talk. My name is Jeanine. If you are new here, if you're new as always, be sure to subscribe. Make sure your notifications are on so you never miss an episode. And if you are subscribed, welcome back to the channel. So y'all, we gotta get right into it. Black women, it's time for us to wake up. We gotta wake all the way up because the stuff that is coming out that's being said about us, which I don't believe is a lie, but I'm gonna play this clip and we're gonna come back and talk about it because we gotta talk about it.
I already knew I had him because there was simply no competition out there for me. But let's just look at it objectively. You had this average Black American guy who now was able to choose between what he was dealing with before and somebody completely new. And let me tell you, the moment I stepped into that man's life, he really didn't know how to deal with my femininity because I was not loud. I was not screaming. I was not trying to, be louder than him. I didn't interrupt him because that's not something that I learned from home. If somebody would speak, and especially a man, you would let that man speak and then you would listen and then say whatever you have to say, right? So I was clean. I cooked. He didn't know what it was when it
Anyway, she cooked, she cleaned, she submissive, feminine, fit, and this black man from America came over and they dated, and he was like, "Oh my God, I've only ever dated black women who are loud, ghetto, and ratchet, and you're so beautiful and white." He's also, I think, a criminal and has a criminal history and some other stuff that people found out after she came out and said this. People went and found them. Y'all are finding them details. I'm gonna give you all that. Y'all found Jeanine's husband. Y'all finding this man's criminal record. I'm gonna give you all that. Black women are finding them details. They are. So it's becoming more risky to get on here and say some stuff like this. It is. I don't know why people keep doing it, but they keep doing it. But anyway, yeah, she came on here and said German. We all know German women are known for their femininity. They are here. Let me Google German woman and see what comes up. Because I know it's about to be feminine, like the most feminine thing I've ever seen in my life. Once I Google German woman. Now let me open this in a new tab. Now we know German women are known for their femininity. And one thing we know, as soon as I say German, Russian, Yugoslavian, as soon as I say these countries, y'all already know the women there are known for their beauty, their femininity, their fitness, their friendliness. They are never loud and aggressive and masculine like black women. So this man said he went over here to Germany and found this beautiful, submissive white woman. And black women are no competition, she says. And here's what Jeanine has to say about it.
Before I some fruit none of this family. Can you imagine the
Girl,
impact that I had? I already knew.
I don't know about you, but when I saw that and I saw how confident that woman was and how her whole aura was, like, I'm saying it and it's a fact, and I ain't nobody going to check me about it. Ain't nothing. It was very much like, who gonna check me, boo?
I hope her next question is, why did a woman from overseas with no connection to ADOS black women feel so comfortable? And does the person she is dating have anything to do with that? Because what we learned from these two black men sitting across from that white man on this interview, James Fahuad, both, I don't know. Sorry. I'm sorry. James and F, both of them, I think his name is James. What we know is it ain't going to be no type of, hey, you can't say that about black women. I don't care if I had bad experiences with black women. I can't speak for every single black woman. You're not going to disparage an entire race of women just because of my bad experiences. I don't think that's what that black man said to her. And I think that's something that we should question more. So when you say this German woman came on here and confidently said this about us, and that gave you chills, I hope what you're about to say is, why didn't this man check his woman before she came on here and made this? Unless he's in charge of the account and he instructed her to, which I believe.
Who gonna check me, boo? That was very much what it was giving. Like, really, who gonna check me? Because what I said ain't a lie. And I'm sorry, ladies, there was no lie in that video. There was no lie in that video about us black American women and how we treat black men and how we don't respect black men and how it's so easy for women of a different race, a different country, a different culture to come snatch our men up. It boils down to being feminine and how we treat our men.
Anyway, so y'all already know the standard opinion of these people. Masculine, smile more, and let your man cheat on you. And maybe Jeanine is right. Maybe white women and Asian and all these women are snatching black men up because the woman we just watched, the German woman, said that apparently her man do some cheating and some felony from time to time. And I think maybe if these women are just snatching up black men, I don't think black men are being snatched. I think they're going willingly. But if they're snatching up black men, I think we should celebrate, because every time Jeanine or somebody get up here to talk about why we should care about this, the black men in question are always like cheating on them, abusing them, disparaging black women as a collective. They're always doing some nefarious stuff. They're never loyal and faithful to the marriage. They're never wealthy. She gonna describe in this video, German women are gonna pay all the bills for the man and they're gonna provide for their man, and that's submissive provider basically. And black women, we need to start competing for men and blah 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 blah. So the screen paused. I'm sorry. So I just want y'all to think about that whenever someone comes online and says white women are snatching up. They're snatching up black kings. They're snatching up these black kings in droves. Think about the quality of man that they're snatching up and whether or not that's something you should care about at all. Because I don't think we should. And if we do, I think we should celebrate. You're telling me you took a criminal out the black community, put him in the white community. We didn't read the research about black men and their biracial children. And I'm pretty sure, let me see. I'm pretty sure the rate that they abandon their children with other races of women is even higher. The rate of abuse is higher. The rate of SA and intimate partner violence is higher. So when we're thinking about what's being taken away, I'm like, well, shoot. Well, yeah, take it to another community. Maybe this is the way that we're going to fight white supremacy and dismantle the white family. I have no idea, but we can only try. We can only throw it at the wall and see if it sticks. Let me see. What was I about to look up? Oh, well, Thank you, everyone, for watching. We're over time. It was supposed to be 2 hours. It's 2 hours and 15 minutes. Not bad. We'll have a brief after show, and then we'll get out of here. Brief after show. So be prepared to stay around for another 75 minutes.
I couldn't sleep at 8 p.m. and send a text to your DM. Couldn't sleep at 8 p.m.
Welcome, Kiara. I just got here. Welcome to the end. Just as I planned, the stream is ending just as Kiara arrived. All a part of the plan that all 138 of us are in on. I work on my evil laugh. While I work on my evil laugh, we're going to look at one meme and we're going to get out of here. I'm not about to watch 15 memes with y'all. I won't. I simply won't. I mustn't. I won't. Wait. Ro has a interview out. Ro is the woman who was hit with the brick. Let me see. Allegedly hit with the brick. Let me see. I can't find her interview, but she had an interview with Comedy Hype. She shaved her head recently. Oh, okay. She does have an interview.
All right. So we've definitely been trying to.
I like her outfit. Well, I'll watch that later. I want to see what's going on in this interview. It says she finally explains the brick attack. All right, let's hit up these saved. What's in here? What's going on in here?
Lock in, baby. You ready? It's work time, baby. It's time to go to work. You ready? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Strip them off. Come on. Yeah. We ready.
Oh, he's
ready.
pulling himself
Yeah,
up.
we ready, huh? We ready. What we doing? We ready.
Go, Dad.
Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Lock in, baby.
He was pulling himself up too. I think he realized Dad wasn't there anymore, and then he just pretended he couldn't do it. You know, like kids riding a bike with no training wheels, but the dad is behind them, and then the kid's like, oh my God, I'm doing it. And then Dad's like, look, I'm all the way back here. You've been doing it by yourself the whole time. And like, I think that kids can't do things sometimes without their mother or father there. And all the strength just leave their body or something. Let's see.
Baby, you ready? It's work time, baby. It's time to go to work. You ready? Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, London, these are these new age of parents.
Let's go. Strip them off. Come on. Yeah. We ready.
Oh, he's pulling himself
Yeah,
up.
we ready, huh? We ready. What we doing? We ready.
Now, the reason I said Abdul, this baby is faking, because he looked around and he was like, wait a minute. Daddy ain't here no more. What happened? Where's Daddy hands at? And then he dropped. Like, if he would have just dropped, I would have been like, oh, okay, obviously he can't hold himself up. But it's the look around that makes me suspicious.
Go, Dad.
Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Lock in.
How old is that baby?
Lock in, baby. You ready? It's work time, baby. It's time to go to work. You ready? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Strip them off. Come on. Yeah. We ready.
Oh, he's
ready.
pulling himself
Yeah,
up.
we ready, huh? We ready. What we doing?
You see, he looked around. Am I tripping? Anyway, it's all fun and games until he grab your hair. I don't know why he trying to make baby grip even stronger. I have no idea why.
If you're ever feeling bad, my nigga, just be happy.
Do you have money? Huh? Nothing. Zero. How much do you have?
I will have 1.2.
1.2.
Yes.
Give me all of it.
Okay, thank you, bro.
Eh?
I'll do the transaction.
Now wait, I'll tell you why.
Yes.
Because I saw you in the spirit.
Oh yes.
God taught me all the money that you have left, give it to me.
I'll do that. I'll do that now.
In a few weeks.
Oh yes.
You'll be shocked.
God told me you need to give me every cent in your bank account. In a few weeks, you'll be shocked. I bet he will. I bet he will when that eviction notice come by. He gonna be shocked. He gonna be shocked. These new this was a part of so when we talked about God Save My Marriage, when we talk about her, we're going to look at the church. I'm looking at her from a perspective of church teaching. And so this was going to be one of the things we looked at because the church is absolutely out of pocket. Absolutely out of pocket. Let me see if I can find. This man is practicing some spinal waving. Oh, can't play that copyright music. Now, what is spinal waves and why is he practicing it? That's my question. Let's move on. I found this humorous. He's following the rules exactly. Learn to say hard things well. This isn't funny. It's actually a good lesson, I think. What's going on here?
It's going to be right back, okay? And this... How? It's going to be right back, okay? And this... How? It's going to be...
No comments. What is this? I don't know what this is or where. Is this Nigeria? Because it feels like it. Now, your news can't be like Nollywood. AI is crazy.
Somebody sent me something on my phone and it said that I hog-tied her. I don't know how to hog-tie people. What the?
But my body.
Now, AI, I don't know why people are using AI in the ways that people are using AI, but why ever y'all are doing this, when they hit you with the partner, what does that mean?
Just been busy. I just moved in with my partner and, that's been stressful. Just been busy. I just moved in with my partner and, that's been stressful.
Got it. Side eye. Speaking of side eye.
You so big. You so big.
She was like, hold on now. You want to talk. That's somebody, Granny. Let me see. She forgot she was supposed to be a baby for a minute. I know you're not talking. She said, watch it now. Okay. Let's do one more. Rolling. Oh, it has copyright music. Yeah, it has some bomb white people music behind it. I think this is how cats fight. That's what interested me about this video. It's not a meme. I just think this is how cats fight. You telling me this ain't what cat fight look like? Like, I can just see it. That was a cat fight. You're not going to tell me otherwise.
This is by far the most fun thing I have ever grown. This is by far the most fun thing I have ever grown.
Okay. What else they got? This content creator, the reason I watch his videos is because he deletes all of the comments that critique his church in any of the practices he does. And all of the comments that remain are like, hallelujah, wow, so powerful. Having it on repeat is still not enough. This is just too good. No organ, no tap dancing, just a heavy presence of Jesus. Fire in their bellies, raw presence. Oh, here he is. That was me. Fire in my belly. All right. They felt the presence of Jesus, apparently.
Yeah, right.
Like, for real?
No. No.
Seeing what my nephew does when I lay my head on his lap. Seeing what my nephew does when I lay my head on his lap.
Somebody said he doesn't even know he's real. Okay, what else we got? Somebody said, let out all your breath and scream. Oh. I apologize for my outburst. All right, that's all we got. That's all we got.
Oh, baby, that food was so good.
Oh, yeah, Memphis. So weird, Memphis.
I can't wait to get home with you tonight, baby. What's going on there?
What?
What you saying? Do something.
There you go! Whoa! What you doing? It's a boy! Fight! Turn him up! Fight! Let go! Fight! Oh, he got a pacifier in the mouth! Oh, that's a big boy!
I don't think I can play more of this because the music is copyright, but I haven't seen this man in so long. Y'all don't know Famous? Y'all don't know Famous? No, what impresses me more is not that he's still doing this. Like, this man was doing this when I was in middle school. That's not what impresses me. What impresses me is that he still has the same hype man for all these years, because let me show y'all something. Y'all don't know how impressive that is. Y'all don't know how impressive. Do y'all remember these people? Do y'all remember these individuals?
Lord, baby, there you all over the place, baby. I said, Daniel, son.
Oh, I got it on fast.
Lord, baby, there you all over the place, baby. I said, Daniel, son. I said, Peter, Piper, Picker. Oh, damn, what is this, baby? Lord, baby, that look colorful. Damn, what is? Oh, baby, let's go see what is up with it, baby. Let's go, baby. Lord, damn, son, baby, Lord, you're just so talented, baby. What is you doing? Lord, baby, that's a beautiful ladybug, baby. Look at that booty, baby. Lord, God, damn, son, what is you doing, baby? Lord, baby, that's a nice spot, baby. Lord, damn, come up with the boxes, then, baby. Stop, come up with the boxes. There you go.
Anyway, y'all remember these people, and then like after they made like 6 videos, I ain't never seen them together again in the past 10 years. So you are really impressing me, Famous, by having the same hype man.
Oh, they go Piper, I was showing you. Turn him up, Piper. Oh, look at the leg. Where he going? Where he going?
I know y'all might not find that funny, but I find this so funny.
Hey, man, hey. What you cook? You cooking pizza? What? No!
Anyway, hopefully that wasn't copyrighted. The barbershop video was the best. Okay, let's go look at the barbershop video. Where'd it go? It was right here a second ago. Just a little off the top, please. Well, production, I mean, I guess it was pretty funny. Oh, Dan Rue Barbershop. I didn't know what you was talking about. I didn't know what you was asking. I thought you wanted to see the barbershop video. I didn't know they was going to do him like that. That was like a kiwi. It wasn't his head. Don't worry. It wasn't his actual head. Okay, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate your time. Be sure to leave a like if you haven't already. Not me searching for. Send this to someone who was born on this exact day.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
All right. Well, that's all right. Thank you for watching. Leave a like if you haven't liked already. Subscribe if you like the content and enjoy and all that good stuff. Can we subscribe or shame today? Let's see. Will it show us the subscriber count? 73.6 of you are subscribed. 24.4% of you are not subscribed. 26.4%. Come here. Here's the link. I just want to talk. We're not going to jump you. Come outside. No, I promise it'll be short. I just like have questions. That's all. To the 26.4% who are not subscribed. That's all. I just have questions. Going once. Going twice. Okay. I guess they would be the type to be cowards. I'm just playing. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good night.
I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Been swallowed up. Been swallowed up. Been swallowed up. Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Swallowed up. Been swallowed up. Swallowed up. Been swallowed up. Swallowed up. Swallowed up. Swallowed. Been swallowed up. Swallowed. Swallowed up. Swallowed. Been swallowed up. I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Been swallowed up. Been swallowed up. Been swallowed up. Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Swallowed up. Been swallowed up.